Hello, everyone.
Welcome to Marital Hate.
It's raining.
Like a law.
This is Stacy.
Like a law.
And I'm Doug. We're married. We don't hate each other.
Why are you talking like that?
Because I'm yelling because of the rain.
In the words of the great Milli Vanilli, we blame it on the rain. You may not be able to hear us tonight. I totally forgot to go live on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, and we're not live on Twitter.
Oh, no. We got bounced.
Guys, give us just 1 second. Go live.
Try it again.
Go live.
What? Come on. Premium account is required.
Oh, shit. All right, so go to your, oh, you don't have your Twitter. I'm going to go to Twitter in my iPad and share it.
Oh, okay. Looks like it everywhere else, though. I think we're good.
Sorry, guys. We're just getting it together. Give us a second.
Yes.
Why don't you...
Although we have 15 people watching so far, and they're all on Twitter. So go figure. They're on your Twitter.
All on Marital Hate Twitter. So you could share it to your page.
Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah.
You could share to your page if you want to. So you would go to Twitter in your phone, go to the Marital Hate page, and share it to your page. Anyway, oh my God. This is one of the top stories of tonight, by the way. Uncle Paulie's here. I'm sorry. Like, we sucked at this so far. Let me just try this again. Welcome to Marital Hate. I'm Stacey. This is Doug. We're married. We hate each other. It's fucking raining.
It's raining.
It's raining like a motherfucker.
Oh.
And by the way, our good friend, Uncle Paulie, got a new job today.
Yeah, Uncle Paulie. Nailed it. Nailed it. Local.
He wanted to be closer to home, so he's making one last trip to Minnesota, and he's all ours. Yay!
He wanted to be closer to me.
Can't say I blame him. Just like me, Uncle Paulie wants to be close to you. Okay, hang on. That's the first one. So we have made a vow that whenever we sing a bad song, we're gonna post it. Post songs the bad song we sang today with apologies to the original artist. In this case, the Carpenters. So sorry. Yeah. And Cindy says, hey, girl, how is SeaWorld? We were just watching.
We did.
Orca TikTok.
An orca just jump out of the water at some dude.
Wow. Did they get you? Did they get you? Were there any dead fish? Did you feed any children? I have a horrible story about SeaWorld. It's actually really funny.
Do I know the story?
No, it's, I actually have a couple of SeaWorld stories. I've been once. It's not great. Okay. Y'all playing fuck around and find out again with the story?
Yeah, we are actually. Yeah. We put our lives on the line for you.
Hey, beautiful and Doug. Okay, so normally I do not bring up people's stuff, and it was on the social media. Girl, I've messaged you my phone number. You can call me or text me anytime, day or night. I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt and the house and the kids, and then lost the t-shirt and the house and the kids, and tried, and life is fucking hard.
Yeah,
I've been there. If you need a friend, you can call me 24 hours a day.
If you call,
you might text first, so I know who it is. Because it's just like some random number. I think it's a salesperson.
And you know, wherever I am, I'll come running.
I'll be there.
You got a friend.
Oh, that's a song? I'm singing it. I'll be friend. I'll be there.
I'll be there. Yeah.
Yeah, so you didn't really butcher that, though.
No, not really.
Are you just going to start singing because, like...
Well, because now I want to put... Yeah,
now it's like a goal to sing as many stupid songs as possible? I'm here for it.
Wait. What? Carole King? Did Carole King write that? Or, like, I was thinking, what's his name?
Song by Carole King, performed by James
Taylor. Yeah. I think they knew each other.
He has a friend named Carole King, apparently.
I wish I had a friend named Carole King. She's fantastic.
Which one was on the Gilmore Girls?
Carole King. She wrote one of my favorite all-time songs in the world.
What's that?
Called Porpoise Song by the Monkees.
I do like porpoises.
Oh, I bet you do. You know what? Porpoises are like dolphins, but they don't have a beak. It's essentially a beakless dolphin.
Good to know. Okay, so what else do you have for comments? Because that's where.
Oh, all right. So Cindy says the SeaWorld show was a lot of fun. Got drenched. That's how they get you, by the way. They sell towels for $21.95. Got drenched. I'll post videos in the next few days. Paul says, "Don't let it rain here. I got the bike out for some wind therapy." Oh, yeah. It's fairly small storm. I think you guys might be all right.
Uncle Paulie's yay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Paul.
Yay,
Paul.
Yay!
Yeah, we say yay for Paulie and his job.
For everyone. It's Monday.
Good. I never really say yay for Monday, but now I will say yay for Monday because Paulie got a job. And then Courtney says, I love you guys. But
hang on, stop. You say yay to every day.
That's my new thing.
Yay to every day?
Yeah, yay to every day.
Friendship.
Friendship for everyone. I was saying yay this morning. Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk about
I was saying yippee-ki-yay this morning. All right, so Courtney says, I love you guys. It's hard AF. I'm still in the denial stage. I'm hoping things can get better, but I'm not sure yet. We are here for you, just like we're here for goddamn Cindy. Heat exhaustion like a mofo, foot extremely swollen and in pain. See, we're here for her.
Wheelchair.
Took meds, so I'm only here for a short period before she was out on the boat all day fishing today, 3 days in a row, 105 degrees. All right, so if you don't want to be in the heat, you don't go on a boat.
Well, I will say this.
You do go to SeaWorld and get drenched.
I will say this. I was once Cindy many moons ago where it didn't matter how I felt or how hard
and
something was.
Go.
I was just going to do it. And then one day I woke up and my body was like, oh, fuck you. We won't be doing that anymore.
You still do that to a certain degree, and I have to try and pull the reins back.
Let's just put it this way. It was my birthday on Saturday. As you guys know, thank you for all the birthday wishes and the cards and whatnot. And stickers. I got cards and this dress for my friend Christina.
You know what it looks like when you're there, like this reflection? It looks like it's a latex bondage dress.
I wish. I will tell you,
rubber.
It kind of squishes my tits and drags them down, right? And as opposed to my other stuff that kind of it doesn't really lift them, but it gives them a little support. This is knees. And then the waist hits, so it makes me look 9 months pregnant, but it's the most comfortable thing I've ever worn in my life. I'm going to show you. Right? So comfy, and it hits the ground.
It
doesn't
it's long.
have pockets, but
it's long. It's made by the Amish.
But look.
Yeah, that does look good.
That's me sticking out a little bit, but stuff. Speaking of sticking out.
So, wait, do you have another photo you want to share of that dress?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say that for this week, but I'll give you guys a sneak peek. Because not everybody comes night after night.
While you pull that up, I'm going to read some comments.
Please.
Cindy's her son's only here for 2 weeks, so she has to push hard. Once the weekend passes, she'll be done for several months. Yeah, we know it.
If you're not done forever.
Well, maybe we'll come over and see you and bring that lasagna and some hookah bob stuff. Happy Monday, peeps, said OG Madam of the People, Tracy. We always love to have her here. It's raining here, you guys, if you haven't noticed.
Oh, shit.
Hookah Bob says, hey, folks, please forgive me. He is late.
You missed Uncle Polly's party.
Tracy.
Hang on. We're gonna do it again now. Uncle Polly got a new job.
Yay! Uncle Polly, local.
Do you have a song you want to sing about Uncle Polly's new job?
Uncle Polly got a job.
That's not somebody else's song.
Oh,
so should it be like, I don't want to work. I want to bang on the drum all
but
day.
He does want to work. Polly just wants to work. But he wants to stay close to his home today.
Yeah, but I want to do the podcast, and I want that to be our job.
Yeah.
And I know that it doesn't look hard, but you guys have no idea. And I've been freaking. I'm gonna talk to Melissa about this tomorrow. I have been freaking the fuck out because I was getting sick. I got so behind on everything.
Yeah, we did.
Everything's down across the board. The more you guys can engage and tell your friends and share clips,
vote for Doug's song.
It would help us.
That'd be great. This is very exciting. Long time master hater, little Tommy no more. He must be ungrounded from getting that C in 6th grade science. Good to have you aboard, sir. We always love you. Tracy says that's a cute dress.
Right?
No, girl, it's fucking adorable. It's super cute.
Okay.
And then she says, push and crash. It's how it works with these folks.
I gotta do something to hold my titties up, though, and I don't want to wear a bra.
Well, maybe there's some sort of glue you could use. I don't know.
I don't think that there's glue.
It's no glue. Hey, look.
I know they use. I met the guy who invented the glue that they use on the Teslas on a flight once.
Yeah.
It's funny because he tried to hire me, but he invented the glue and he was very wealthy.
Oh,
but that glue ain't gonna hold these titties. This is a plastic.
Gotta find a different guy.
It's not electric, diesel, baby.
Diesel. We have. I love the party for Uncle Polly. Congrats! Yay! And Cindy says it's thunder and lightning here, so y'all be safe. Yeah, I don't know if you saw it a couple weeks ago, little Tommy. We almost got hit by lightning. It was pretty good. And then Anna's here. She says, hello, I was raining there. No light show. Well, there's some thunder around.
Rumbling, no light. And also we had a rainbow a little while ago.
Yeah, it was a beautiful rainbow. I used to bang the pigskins back in the day. Yeah, Polly was a drummer.
Hang on a second. So you got a drummer. Now you just need a bassist.
Yeah, I need a bassist. Maybe I fly little Tommy down here. Play that bass. Little Tommy, he's so
Little
small.
Tommy,
he's only like 3.5 feet tall.
Tommy,
that he's going to be playing the bass like Danny Partridge.
We don't have any money. Fly yourself the fuck down. We'll feed you and house you. And,
he is a
Doug will
celebrity.
blow you.
I'm not fooling anybody.
Why not?
He's a little boy.
That's like class.
Little Tommy Millmore.
Okay, hang on.
He said that. I don't understand this.
To be abundantly clear, little Tommy Millmore is a grown-ass man in his...
Time check. Gone off the rails at 8:11. Took 11 minutes to completely...
Wait, little Tommy Millmore is like a 50-something-year-old man.
He may actually be 60 years old. I think
that's
he
right.
might be a little older than me.
I think he recently had a birthday. So he is not a child.
He's the little Tommy
I'm just
Millmore.
saying that if my husband is... But we call him little Tommy Millmore. I don't know why. But if little Tommy Millmore comes to stay with us and they're in the band together, you're supposed to have an affair with someone in the band. That's what happens.
Maybe it's
and I'm not going to get mad if it's him.
What if it's Tommy or Polly?
If it's Polly, I think I might be a little jealous. I don't know Tommy.
Oh, maybe I'll play bass and let Tom play his goddamn Milk Train ass off.
Milk Train? What is that?
It's a Rouser song. It's got the best guitar solo probably like ever. It's great.
That's why we can't go on TikTok. Because I'm going to say a sex thing called the Milk Train.
I'm sure that's a thing from. So all right. So Cindy says.
In their mouth, and then they put somebody else's titty in their mouth.
All right. Cindy says tape them up, but what do I know? I don't have any. Ann says new dress. Let me see.
Well, I will show it.
She's going to show it. She's
right. In
yeah. Wait till you see this. This is this picture is fantastic. Oh yeah. Look at that.
So you all have a sneak peek.
Look at that.
Of who wore it better.
Yeah. What do you think?
Stacey?
Look at. I think I display it with panache.
We're gonna have to take a picture. The problem is that in like 10 minutes I'm gonna be a hot mess. So you better take my picture right now so we have it. Tell me if I'm in the same pose. You guys help. Am I in this? Wait, you were like this way?
Wait, I gotta get. No, you were more towards me. Be dynamic. She's dynamic.
Did you get a picture?
I did. I did. I don't know how good it is.
Well, that's the point. You're supposed to take a good picture.
I'm only a creative director. What do I know about? Look at that. Look at that attitude. Strike a pose. There's nothing to it. Well,
yeah, but it's on my face. Try again.
Oh wait, it's got to be perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Hey,
I'm gonna do it vertically.
Yeah, it should. Give me a second.
Okay, wait. Just a second, guys, while we take a picture. Wait. You're trying to be sexy. That never works. All right, done. We got a bunch of pictures. All right. Back to the podcast.
Hang on. No, but this is important. First of all,
it's important.
Send those 2 pictures right now. I didn't even get to see that yet, but let me just tell you guys something.
Your eyes are closed and all. That's a pretty good one.
Okay, I am so self-conscious about my photos, and you know that. The fucking bell. I'm going to ring it off your fucking head.
I'm not the one who closed my eyes. This is a good picture right here. Look at that.
That hurt my feelings.
What? Your eyes are closed. I can't. How does that hurt?
But I just explained to you that I'm very sensitive about how I look in photos.
I think you look great in the photo. Your eyes were closed.
Do you think that the comments were necessary? Do you think that continuing this path is necessary?
I'm thinking that if we want to try and take better pictures, let's do some more pictures.
Okay, but how about an apology?
I'm sorry for taking pictures of where your eyes were closed.
Do you think that that's what you're supposed to be sorry for?
What am I sorry for? I'm not.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say that you hurt my feelings. You know I'm sensitive about this.
I know you're sensitive about it. But why do I need to apologize for taking pictures of you with your eyes closed?
Because you care that you hurt my feelings.
I do care that I hurt your feelings.
The comments you made have nothing to do with the pictures, and the comments you made hurt my feelings.
Is it reasonable to say that your eyes were closed in these pictures as a dig on how you look in those pictures? Is that?
I told you that it was hurting my feelings.
I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings.
And now I'm telling you hurt me, and you're just like,
well,
why should I apologize?
But I'm trying to point out that I didn't say anything derogatory about you in the pictures. I was more commenting about how I took bad pictures.
You can stop.
fine. I don't. This is exactly the conversation we had when I looked up something on my phone and didn't finish the podcast.
Asked you to stop it.
I'm just trying to make sense of it. I'm just trying to say, like,
I'm asking you to drop it.
Okay, all right. Okay. You're going to scream at me. I will not do this podcast any longer. You're not going to scream at me.
I asked two
for
times.
Taking a picture of you with your eyes closed.
Hey guys, tonight apparently we can't have a podcast because we can't move on. Is that what your choice is?
I'm trying to move on. I've been screamed at, and I don't think I deserve that for taking pictures of you in the middle of a podcast. I'm sorry for hurting your feelings. I didn't know that taking a picture of someone with their eyes closed was going to hurt somebody's feelings, and I think that's what.
Just stop. Stop talking. Stop talking.
Right.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Stop talking. Moving on. Why didn't you do the comments?
Let's see. Where did we leave off? Paul says thank you. Tracy says it's rainbow. Oh, because there was a rainbow. We have a rainbow. I can play a plastic straw, which is kind of like a kazoo. Hi there. No thunder or lightning here, just lots of heat. Yes, Todd is getting baked out in the California desert. Nico might be open for some dates. That would be
Give me his number.
That would be insane. Fantastic picture. And then love it. Gaze away. She said, like, that's her pose. And then y'all look good, girl. And then Cindy says, holy fucking lightning. Time for me to go inside. And then Paul said, come on and kiss and make up now.
Yeah. The good news about having a podcast is you can send your husband to the therapist with a video clip and she can break it down for him since you can't. So we're moving on, and there you go.
Oh, we're back.
So I was really excited about the podcast. Is there more comments? Is that everything?
Tracy's having storms up there, so everybody's getting a little something. But it did cool it off quite a bit. It was 105 prior to the storms, a real feel, and now it is much cooler.
So one of my stories, I don't want to tell now because it ties to me being upset about unflattering pictures of myself. So I'm not going to tell it, but I'm telling you that on my birthday, someone posted unflattering pictures of me on the internet, and I was very upset about it. When you post a picture of a woman and she looks terrible, maybe don't post it. Maybe ask her first. Care about her feelings. Oh, wait, I just told the story. Didn't mean to. Sorry.
Google Bob says, tell us about what happened to the internet. Well, Friday night, we lost it during the Jackbox. So Stacey was on with chat, got nowhere. We tried to jerry rig it, replace this, replace that with whatever, and then it still didn't work. So I called them and got some guy that called me Mr. Dagger, and he said that they'd get a guy out in the morning. Guy came out in the morning, and pretty much their equipment is kind of junk. So he gave us new ones, and we just got new equipment.
What was it, like a month ago?
Yeah, it wasn't very long ago. No,
a month, maybe 2 months since we got our new internet. Fucking crazy.
Yeah, no. And it was Jose's day off, so go figure.
So he told us to go fuck ourselves.
Yeah.
And
no, he did not.
So Friday the internet went out, and I was tired, and I said, Doug, you're gonna have to deal with them this time, because the last, I think it was 4 or 5 times I dealt with them, and I'm talking hours on the phone. And I actually lost it on them the last time, and I don't I'm generally very calm, and when I say something but when I say the same thing 3 times and I'm being completely ignored, I get very angry. And that's it wasn't something I was proud of, and I'm not proud of yelling at you there, but I had said the same thing 3 times, and while it's not what I want for me, I don't know what to do in that circumstance other than walk away, which I don't want to do in the middle of the podcast. So we will have to figure this out another point in time, but I should not have reacted that way.
I should have been more cognizant of your feelings.
Yeah, that's not sufficient. But we'll move on. So, sorry, I'm really upset. Really, 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 really upset. So we had over the weekend, it was my birthday, and didn't feel good. So I basically stayed home, got a lot of messages from people. Thank you. I saw there were a bunch on my Facebook, and I was trying to like and respond, but it kept reloading, so I didn't even get to respond to them. There wasn't like a post on marital hate or anything, and but most of you guys reached out personally, so I really appreciate it. And then, really wasn't feeling well, and I was resting, and I get a text message from Hookah Bob.
Oh.
That President Trump had been shot at. Actually, I think he just said that he fell, Trump down, loud noises, which was the initial CNN headline. So, of course, at that point, I started looking, and Doug and I completely disagree on this, but I believe that no matter who a former president being shot at is a very big fucking problem. A potential incoming presidential candidate, attempt on their life is an attack on our electoral system. It's an attack on everything that we stand for. It's not okay. And I think it's very clear that we've been saying for I don't know how many episodes now, RFK should have fucking security. And Donald Trump did come out today asking for more security for RFK. I thought that was a class move. But the bottom line is there's still a lot of details we don't know. The Cliff Notes, as I currently have, there was a 20-year-old man, I forget his name, Matthew something, but I don't want to remember his name. We're going to focus on the heroes of the day. And I can think of one. So he was a 20-year-old. He had made a $15 donation as a 17-year-old to a Democratic group. His mother was a registered Democrat. His father was a registered independent. He had allegedly an AR-15 style rifle that he'd gotten from his father, along with a tremendous amount of explosives in his van and in his house. Many are asking how he could afford it, given the current cost of ammo. Something to think about. There was, if you look at the scene, it's abundantly clear to everyone that they should have had coverage on that roof. There is talk from the Secret Service down that that the local police were supposed to be in that area, and they were there, so they had it under control. And in that area, several people, I saw at least 3, who said that they called to the police and said that there was a shooter on the roof with a gun. He was parked quite far away, so you had to walk all that way with a rifle. It's not you're not shoving that down your pants. In this sketchy ass fucking van, like near a road that was closed. He just happened to walk that far, climb up the roof, and one story says that a local officer climbed up the roof, saw him there. He drew the gun on him, and as he got down, he was shooting. He basically turned the gun from the guy to Trump and shot. I don't know that I believe that, but I will say that the diagrams that they show demonstrated that if Trump had not had his head turned to the right, he would have taken it right in the spinal cord, and that would not be good. It's a miracle that he's alive. He is a human being with a family, a human life, and a very big symbol of our democracy, whether we like it or not. There were 3 women guarding him. That's been brought into question because President Trump is 6'2", 220 pounds, and one of the women was 5'3". How can you provide adequate cover for him? It's not a men-women issue; it's a safety issue. And so I have no problem with someone who's that size guarding, say, someone like Nancy Pelosi or Hillary Clinton, because they're able to handle them. Dan Bongino, former Secret Service agent, has been on all the shows. He talked about how there's basically 3 people, like there's many key people, but one's job is to just basically tackle him the fuck to the ground. The other one's job is to get him folded and moved. So they basically fold him up, duck cover, and move him to a new place. And then the third person's job is to clear the way. The Secret Service secures a 1,000-yard radius around the they call it the target, which is like, or the subject or whatever they call it. But they are very good at their jobs, and there's definitely been some concerns. Obviously, the RFK concerns were long going. Did you see that?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them.
And so they what? So the guy's on the roof. The dad's a psychologist. He was described as a loner. One story says that he tried out for the rifle team and they rejected him because he felt it was too dangerous. But he also belonged to a local rifle club, allegedly. He worked in food services. He had an associate's degree in some form of engineering. I think it was mechanical engineering, but I could be wrong. He worked in food services at a local nursing home. They've released a statement saying they had no fucking clue.
Did you see that kid from his high school? He says, like, yeah, that kid got bullied every day.
They did say he got bullied every day.
And lunch every day.
And he said that he was a loner. He didn't really have any friends. People picked on the way he dressed, the way he looked. They showed his graduation. He definitely hit, it's so terrible, but like he hits all the marks of a prototypical mass shooter. Like if you were going to draw a mass shooter, this would be you would draw. I mean, well, he doesn't have like a broken home. But there was one period of
neither did the Columbine kids, I don't think.
I saw something where there was a period of time where he moved away from home and lived with his grandmother and got kicked out of there for doing drugs. So who knows? One thing, and this is just information, you should research yourself. One thing that they talked about was that, I saw a video on TikTok of someone else there getting arrested. And I saw another interview where a woman was being interviewed by the news. I shared this on one of the TikToks. And she was being interviewed by the news and said the shooters, she was like, no, there was more than one. And they cut her the fuck off. So I'm curious as to, it seems to me that between the fact that the area wasn't properly secured, that police weren't seemingly responding to people that were telling him, hey, there's a dude on the roof. There was a video of a Secret Service member moving someone to the side. Hell, the fact that Trump jumped up, put the arm up in the air in front of the American flag and got this perfect fucking shot. Like, shooter, terrible shot. Photographer, amazing.
Great shot. Yeah.
So I'm glad it worked out that way. And whether you like Trump or not, whether you whether you like Trump or not, whether you however you vote, this is now a part of history basically forever. And I would say that it's an incredible work of photojournalism, if you ask me. Is that it? Oh, why is it not showing? Sure, that instead. It's just an iconic photo. It's unbelievable. How do you get that photo?
I did see a thing today where they were trying to push him out, and he's like, wait, and then he turned, in full exposed to the entire crowd. If there's another shooter, he's dead, right? And he's like pumping his fist. That made me question a little bit, but I have
questions. Listen,
there are all kinds of questions.
Let me just say, I'm going to say this. The number one thing that we should, obviously it's a threat to our democracy, but let's talk about, and I'm going to fuck up the name, and I apologize for this, but I doubt they're watching this podcast, although it would make them fucking laugh, oh God, where the fuck is it? Sorry, guys. Is that his name? No, I wrote it down, and now I can't find it. Give me one. Corey Comparatori. Father was with one of his daughters and his wife at the rally. They were in the bleachers. He was a volunteer fire chief and I believe an engineer. He heard the shots go off and threw his wife and daughter to the ground and threw himself over them and saved their lives.
But think about it. You're just going out to support your candidate and you end up you end up dead, and yeah, and it's not good. There's my thing is that I don't know if any of you've been to a thing to any event where they're presidents or ex-presidents. There is not a corner that isn't examined, re-examined, and has eyes on it.
Yeah. Well, you went to the Ted Kennedy thing.
Yeah, it was Ted Kennedy's funeral, and all 4 or 5 living presidents and current presidents were all there, and the security was insane. It was unbelievable.
It would have to be.
And I saw some guns I'd never seen before. Those were, but like but you felt like, that if that was necessary, right? They were bringing in folks, and so when I saw that, how close this guy got, and he's up on the, like, somebody dropped the ball somewhere, and or right, so all weekend we're going through, all right, what happened? Like either it's a staged event, a hoax, or it's somebody dropped the ball.
Don't say that. We'll be sued for millions of dollars.
I'm going over the options that we had.
No, but I know.
Yeah.
But
so, and then it was like, all right, somebody dropped the ball, and then it was like, oh,
a ball was dropped.
Then it was an inside job, and then it was this, and then it was that.
Could be an inside. Could it be an inside job from any number of people?
My
point is, there's no fucking way it's not. Was it a combination of a fuck up of Secret Service and an inside job?
Or just
maybe
the story as we know it.
Maybe the fuck up of the Secret Service is exactly what they were fucking going for. Just saying.
Maybe.
I don't know. But it should never happen. It should never happen in this world.
And it's it should never happen. There should not be any retaliation. There shouldn't be any like all this. And I agree with everybody. For like, cooler heads have to prevail. The frenzy in which we've been, and we talk about it every night, the frenzy in which people are whipped up into it's insane.
Let me get to the comments, because I want to circle back. Tracy says cable here sucks. The internet is close behind it for sucking. I miss Verizon Fios so bad. So we don't have cable, we just stream. But I will say that we have Quantum, and it's better than Comcast, which is the other option in Cape, unless you're going to do Starlink, which is super expensive, or T-Mobile, which would not be fast enough for us. Tracy says you're starting to sound better with that cough is yucky. Yeah, it's an ongoing thing.
That hangs around.
My heart rate has been 95 fairly steadily.
You're on pulse
and
ox.
I've been having my pulse ox. My heart rate's been like 67, and my pulse ox has been like between 95 and 97, but a lot of 95, a lot of gasping. Like,
yeah, you have been short of breath.
I haven't really been able to do anything because of it. More than that.
Well, yeah, more than that.
It's been 2 weeks.
The whole thing.
Some chest pains, but the super fatigue. So there you go. If I die, Doug gets $500,000, and he can go on tour with Hookah Bob. Uncle Paul
pay him minimum wage.
Uncle Paulie can play the drums. If George can't make it. And Cindy says it doesn't matter who that was. It is not okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
can I tell you, people were saying some fucking terrible things. As a matter of fact, somebody I know for a hot minute, was like, "Fuck it, he's gonna hand them in the election."
I was more pissed at the left for this.
But you were upset that it handed him the election.
It did. I think
as opposed to
and a lot of other people
shot at the president.
I was certainly concerned about that.
A completely innocent man was there.
Yeah, I was completely concerned about that as well.
So Anne says it's a major fucking problem. Tracy says I agree with you 100%. Paul says exactly. And Cindy says he is a registered Republican. Yeah. So I know that's like, oh, he's a registered Republican. They're like, oh, that's the ace in the hole. Like, let's spin this story. But the reality is, parties were telling people, particularly the political action community that he had donated to register in the Republican primary to vote for anybody but Trump.
Yeah,
they didn't want him on the ticket.
His high school people were saying like they divided.
And his high school people said he was a Republican. But then why would you go and kill Trump? Like,
maybe he wasn't Republican enough for this guy. Who knows?
Okay. Can I tell you? Because I realize that it's not what you stand for, but I challenge everyone, especially if you're someone who thinks conservatives are terrible or horrible people or that Republicans are the worst. Go to a Trump event. So I will tell you that I held signs at the Rotary. I protested in Boston, the closures. These people, the like freedom fighters in this country, they are the single most uplifting group of people you will ever meet. They, it's such a positive experience. And if you go there, you'll be welcomed with open arms. If you come, unless you come in there screaming and throwing things and wearing like a, Antifa t-shirt, like they're going to be kind to you. A typical event goes like this. You get there, someone walks up to you and says hello, asks you where you're from and why you're there. And it's kind of like almost like, I don't want to say it's like AA, but it's like it's a community. It's like a family, and it's people that you're going somewhere. And this is good for anywhere you go, where everybody knows your name and they're always glad you came. You want to go where people know the troubles are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name. I'm sorry for the singing. It's really bad. So cheers. So, I mean, like you want to go and there's people with similar values, and people talk about, like, usually they do, like, they sing patriotic songs, like God Bless America, like 1,000 people singing God Bless America, and people like hugging and, just being kind and just, of course, sharing. Because especially, like, I can't speak for like Trump events now because I haven't been to any Trump events lately. But when I went to the protests in Boston during COVID.
Technically not a Trump event, though.
Technically not a Trump event, but it was a Trump event. Protesting the closures in Boston. So all the businesses were closed, and these small business owners were fucking hurting. Like they could not take it, and other people, like they couldn't pay their bills. And a lot of people, PPL wasn't enough. Or that they had to pay it back and they couldn't afford it. I have a friend who was like struggling to pay it back. They actually had to borrow against their house to be able to pay their PPL loan back. Are you fucking kidding me? Enron will get a bailout, but God forbid the small businesses. So anyway, people were all telling their stories of like what their business was or why they were there, and if they can close this down, like what's next. And so it's just it's just coming together with people who care and they're kind. And so you may disagree with them, but if you are someone who cares about other people and you're kind, you're okay in my book. No matter what you like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck what color you are, who you fuck, what your religion is, who you vote, like whatever. Just be fucking nice.
My only issue with the way things have like panned out on the left and the right, that somehow if you're not a conservative or Trumper, you're not a patriot. Like they've sort of like commandeered the flag, and they've commandeered the songs.
But herein lies the problem.
Else.
Herein lies the problem that the people on with the flag, the people on the left have now see the flag as a sign of the Republican Party. They were burning it. They were saying that anybody who displayed it was terrible. And then the same thing when they kneeled through the national anthem. I mean, that's so like y'all decided that. Like
I don't see a lot of Democrats burning flags. I don't see a lot of Democrats flying the flag upside down like the country's in distress. Or I don't see a lot of Democrats flying that other.
You don't think the country's in distress?
I think we're in no more distress than we have been in the last 50 years, 60 years probably.
Fucking former president of the United States was just fucking nearly missed by a fucking bullet. You don't think the country?
In my lifetime, MLK, RFK, George Wallace.
Times when our country was in distress.
The whole thing. So why is now any different? Why? I don't think now is any different, right? I don't think we're.
Okay, moving on. Let's do the comments. Okay. He worked full time at a nursing home. Yes, we said that, in food services. He was probably stockpiling ammo for years. I don't know.
Yeah, he's only 20.
And wouldn't your parents fucking notice? The dad said.
Although I got to tell you that, like, if he was, I don't know, he was wearing that shirt from that group or whatever. People in those groups will feed you stuff and give you stuff if you know.
Do you think people are giving away ammo at the cost of ammo right now? I don't think so. They'll sell it to you, maybe.
I don't know how they fucking do it.
Ammo is super expensive right now. And as a matter of fact, there was a massive ammo shortage during COVID. So a lot of people I know got their own setups. Actually, one of our friends that's local has his own setup. I almost bought him bullets for his birthday. And he was like, thank God you didn't. They're a fucking ripoff. I don't know. I was just like, I don't know, get the fucking guy. I got him a scratcher. He won $50. I do want to get through the comments, but I do have a scratcher story.
Oh, yeah. It was.
Tracy says you can shove a rifle down your pants.
What do you know about shoving a rifle?
He walked far, like a half mile. Like it was pretty far. Tracy's and by the way, when he was crawling on the roof, they saw the gun. And told the police, who were just like, oh, okay. And then I will have to find the video of the tactile shooter shows how many guns and ammo can actually be stored on a person. But walking that far
and not being seen with it
and with a rifle, like, but again, it's possible. Maybe you're right, but
he might have stored the rifle there, like at an earlier time.
Whether they did or didn't, at least three people in the audience said to the police, "There's a man up there with a gun," and they were like, "Why is Trump still talking? There's a man up there with a gun. Why haven't they attacked? Why is Trump like?" They were like, "What the fuck is going on?" There was another thing about the counter terrorism sniper, our guy. There were two guys on a roof. He's looking through the thing, pulls his head away, looks again. When I saw it initially, I thought, oh, he's like, am I seeing what I'm thinking I'm seeing? Because one of us, I think it was Judge, made the point at one point, well, he could have thought it was one of our guys. And I'm like, but you wouldn't think they would be better coordinated than that. But it's possible that between this fuck up where the police are handling one part and they're handling the other, it's possible. But at the end of the day, yes, in these circumstances, local law enforcement will get involved with Secret Service there to support them, and like state police and all that. They can't, like, they have a lot going on. But it was sloppy. It was just like, there's nobody who's not saying this was sloppy. Like that, no, a single person not say this. No,
I think that's the first and foremost.
And a lot of people are calling for the head of the Secret Service to step down. As a matter of fact, some people are even calling for the head of the FBI to step down. But and I do want to get through the comments. I don't want to harp on this all day, but I just wanted to share a few other tidbits. There's one story that the guy had the guy on his sights for 3 minutes and didn't get the okay to shoot from higher up. Why is my face? And they've called an emergency committee to discuss this. I've heard mixed stories about whether they were increasing coverage at the RNC. I heard that they were not doing anything different. I heard that they were increasing it.
I had heard somewhere today that it was that they said that was false, that they asked for more and didn't get it.
I don't know.
Yeah, so
I've heard mixed stories.
And that was somebody that was there. So,
like I said, I've heard mixed stories. Hookah Bob says, where my problem lies now is all the people saying they wish the person had not been missed.
No,
I could never wish that on anybody. Nope. Exactly. Like, honestly, like, really? If that is your view of the world, you're the problem. You're the problem. Anne says, to me, it was planned to be exactly how it was. You think that they planned for him to miss? And as if like a big marketing scheme? Oh, that's possible. I don't believe it, but I would love to hear. I'd love to hear anybody's theories. I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated and horrified by it at the same time. It's like the JFK assassination. And of course, you and I talked, and you're like, "Well, the CIA killed JFK," and I'm like, "You think that the CIA wouldn't kill fucking Trump?" Like,
well, and that's the thing. Because
anyone.
I've read books on the assassination and the RFK assassination, and it's the fact that the government like I think the government, like, obviously the Warren Commission or whatever, they knew, right? But I think the reason nobody else figured it out until like recently is because it would never fathom that the CIA would have been an inside job. Like that fathoms on us today.
They knew.
But they certainly knew.
Didn't fathom maybe to the
but I have
to the American public, but to Washington insiders, it was abundantly fucking clear.
Well, my other theory, which has been sort of shot down recently, was that
JFK was killed by a meteorite.
No, well, there's that theory, but my other theory was that they traced it back to the Russians, and they didn't. And this is right after the Cuban Missile Crisis, and they said if the American people found out that the Russians had something to do with it, it would be World War III. And so I think
Do you
that's
believe
why
that?
I don't believe that anymore. I definitely think it was the mob and CIA. I think there was some stuff there, and I think RFK was in the same boat
But
because
here
some of the
lies
same
the-
people were involved.
I mean, that's
Allegedly.
just an early example of never knowing the truth of what really goes on. And it's interesting that they want that all kept secret. Why? Everybody's fucking dead.
Well, and it's funny, we were talking about that Saturday. We're like, you know what? A, we're never going to know, or B, they're going to.
No, but that's why. I mean, and I think I might have said this on the pod. No, I think I said it to you on Saturday. And of course, we have so many topics we're going to cover, and it's already fucking 8:46. But we couldn't not talk about this. So the thing for me is like, shit, my fucking train of weed is kicking in. We're talking about how you have to like. You want to learn as much information as you can. Always be open to new information, and don't have like a stance like I'm so firmly rooted this. That's just your fucking ego talking. Thank you very much. But if you're gonna sit there and just be like, okay, cool, this is information. This is what I think right now. But this is new information, and maybe I was wrong, because I've done that in my life. I've changed my mind about the death penalty. I've changed my mind about abortion. I've changed my mind about fucking food and snacks, and sometimes about my marriage. But here we are, married still.
Hanging by a thread.
Kind of. But I think you have to focus on your intuition. And I think that there are things that are done to dumb us all down, like blue light and television and fucking 5G and fucking remote electricity and fucking fluoride and all kinds of shit that is just fucking there. The American education system. There's just all kinds of stuff that's meant to dumb you down. And I'm just saying, you want to be clear. Meditation helps. Making sure you're eating healthy food, taking care of yourself, so that you can be in your best place to use your intuition, so that this stuff doesn't get to you. Because I gotta tell you, it gets to me. No. Like this weekend, I was like, it was just not a great time. We'll get to it. Although
I don't believe that the blue light and all this other stuff is meant to dumb you down. I think it does dumb you down in some weird way, shape, or form. But I think it's. I don't think there's a other than like maybe fluoride in the water or something like that. I'm not buying the trying to keep us dumb so that we can be idiots.
Well, if there's studies that have shown that all of this stuff is very harmful, right?
Well,
specifically blue light is one example of that. Then why is it that they continue to put it on devices?
I have no answer to that.
All right. Well, something to think about. I just wanted, I don't know how we're okay. Aunt planned how it was, and Paul says it does suck. This shit has to stop. Thank you. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me and Uncle Paulie. Yes. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there. You can go to church.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that.
It's a Jesus song. You gotta go to church to learn. Nicole says, "Hey, hey girl, how's it going?" Hookah Bob says, "I hum, H." I don't know what that means.
Wellness check on Hookah Bob. He might be having a
stroke. Hookah Bob told me today.
You smell toast?
Hookah Bob told me today that he is what's the word?
Diphtherian.
No, that he is invincible because of his face.
Oh, that's right. No, he's immortal.
Immortal. Right. He's Hookah Bob, the immortal Hookah Bob.
He's like zombie Bob.
Court says, y'all, I'm back. Right after I got my girls, I decided to get an altercation, and I had to get in the middle. Oh, the girls got an altercation.
I would love to see Courtney break up a fight. Like, just get in there.
I don't think the kids are all that
throwing
big.
Elbows.
How big can the kids possibly be?
Bigger than her.
I don't know. Maybe not. I've seen pictures. I don't know why I don't remember. In any case, do you, girl? And we're glad you're back, and we hope no one broke any bones. Hookah Bob says, I have been to a Trump event. It was on accident in Lexington, Kentucky. I was there for something else, and I don't know. Didn't know until the police closed all the roads. I have a video of it somewhere.
I'm glad that you didn't end up at a Klan rally by accident, because that would have ended badly.
I don't appreciate the comparison.
Oh, I wasn't comparing the two. I was just saying, like, if you're going to fall into an event,
okay,
like at least he was with his people.
So Trump people as opposed to Klan people.
I could have said a knitting circle. I was going for the comedy. I think the most shocking thing in that situation would have shown up at a Klan rally.
But could you understand that people who voted for Trump have been called racist like throughout?
That was not my intention.
All right. Which I think a racist is like the worst thing you can call a white person. Like it's like the N-word equivalent for a white person. But you can say it. You can call everybody racist. Not the point. The point is there's a video on TikTok that is hilarious. And it's this guy, and he's like, I'm visiting from Kenya or wherever, like some foreign country. And he's a very thick accent. He's like, I only had money for this food. I could only afford the bread and the ramen noodles. It was $52. And he's like, but I came here by accident. There were all these people barbecuing. They were giving away free food. So I got some free food. He's like, they gave me these socks, and they say Trump socks, and they gave me these hats. You want one? It was absolutely amazing. By the way, the RNC is giving away free Trump Vance flags for anybody who wants one. Go on Twitter. They said the noise and speed did not come from an AR-15. I did see some, Tracy would be the person. Tracy, you know ballistics?
Yeah, she knows things by just listening to them.
I've seen, I saw one report about the timing. I'd have to see more. One was talking about a 22. One was saying an AR. Who the fuck knows? We'll never know. Unless I have the fucking bullet in my hand, how I know it was a bullet. Magical fairy is going to come and give me a bullet. If a magical fairy is going to come, please give me like health and money and like, I don't know.
What kind of fairy is that the bullet fairy that comes?
I don't know, but I do have a story for you about Billy. Oh. And he would tell you he's the fairiest of the fairies. I can't find a good deal anywhere, and I buy in bulk. Oh, who gives away ammo? Yeah. You can't. You got to make your own. And Cindy says an innocent person wouldn't have been killed if it was planned like this. Possible that an innocent person got killed because there was a fuck up, but yeah, an innocent person was killed, and that's a valid point. And she says, and a 20-year-old with zero experience would not have been hired to do the job if it was planned. It would have been a skilled, trained sniper if it was planned.
Well,
that's
Oswald was like 23, I think. 22, 23, something like that.
Well, and maybe the goal was, I mean, there was how many death threats the man's had. Like maybe they were just like, well, we'll just keep reducing the Secret Service and hope. I don't know. Who knows? I don't
don't know.
I don't know.
But it's almost maddening to like run all these scenarios in your head.
It is, and it'll drive you crazy. Yeah. But I think that the one thing it seems everybody agrees with, I could be wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. Something is fishy.
I don't know. Well, yeah. I don't know if it's fishy from a.
But something is fishy. Can we agree? I'm trying to just find one little thing we can agree about. Can we agree that something is fishy?
We do. Well, do you consider that the Secret Service had major lapses? Is that fishy, or is that just incompetence?
Something is fishy.
Okay. All right.
Something is not right. You have questions. Do you have questions?
Yeah, but there's still questions left to answer. Sure.
Wouldn't that make it fishy?
I don't know if it's fishy so much as we don't have the whole picture yet.
Okay. What can we agree on? Never mind.
I'm not going to label something nefarious when we just don't know yet. We don't know.
I didn't label it nefarious.
Fishy, nefarious.
What do you want to label it? I'm looking for it just to agree. I'm looking to say we found a common ground. We agreed on something. We respect one
insufficient
another.
Information at this time,
and we will never get the information.
Yeah, probably not.
So we agree that not getting the information.
Yeah.
And we will never get it. We don't have information.
And even if we get it, we're not going to believe it.
And we're never going to get it. And also, if we got it, we're never going to believe it. It's fishy. So it's fishy.
All right, it's fishy.
But I would have agreed with any word. I just wanted to find some land of agreement. And Anne says, believe nothing, research everything. Yes, believe nothing on this podcast. Research it. If I say I fucking had sex with him, you should come look through the window, check for yourself.
Although I know some things for real, like weird facts.
Like
how long the Graf Zeppelin was. It's 802 feet.
Yeah, but don't trust him. He told people that they used chainsaws to cut open whales. They only used it on ladies. They cut your cooch open and get the baby out your pelvis. A little handheld chainsaw. Honest to fucking God. That's how we found out.
Sorry, ladies.
You should be. But he apologizes readily to you, but me, no, not so much. Courtney says there's evil out there that's trying to keep us under its finger, dumb enough to work and take their meds. Not just take their work, but allow their fucking half their paycheck to be stolen. Oh, where's Social Security? I really don't want. I wanted to talk about some good things, like the 3 people that died this weekend and my shitty birthday. My 13-year-old daughter. She's my oldest. She's like 5 inches taller than me. She's gonna like put her hand on your head. And you're not gonna be able to do shit.
No. Mom has mom strength. There's a mom strength.
She weighs 85 pounds.
No, she got ant strength is what she's got.
Hookah Bob says, "I got Doug. No worries. It was funny." And then he said, "Well, maybe, but it's just, I think that like, I think that it's." We all don't realize sometimes when we're saying things how they affect the people around us, which is why I said something to Doug, like, hey, like people who are conservatives watching this are really fucking sick of being compared to Hitler and fucking what do you call it? KKK or whatever. Like we're fucking sick of it. We don't do that to you. I'm not doing that to you. I treat everybody with fucking respect. Cool the shit. So anyway, that's how I feel about that. And also like, don't like, if you're going to say things that are like triggering and have been used specifically to insult conservatives, you're part of the problem. So I'm pointing it out. And now he knows. Courtney says, it was definitely planned in my opinion. MK Ultra, y'all. He tried for the rifle team in the high school and didn't make it due to having a bad shot. He has 0 training. Supposedly he belonged to a local gun club. Who knows? Supposedly. Chrissy says it's a very fishy and we will never know. I just wanted to know, like, because I figured if you and I could agree that it was fishy, everyone would agree it was fishy. It's fishy. I don't know. If everyone agrees it's fishy, we'll say it's fishy. That'll be our conclusion as Americans. Fishiness. And Journey with Jen's Fave says, hey guys. Hey Jen. It's Jen of the weekend. Okay, so my birthday, that happened, and also, of course, it was so overshadowed. Unfortunately, it's so overshadowed that we lost some legends. So last week was Shelley Duvall, Shining, traumatized. Stanley Kubrick broke the poor woman. Maybe he's not so nice. I don't know. But Richard Simmons
passed
Saturday.
Away. Yeah.
Dr. Ruth Friday. Shannon Doherty on Saturday.
And what's her name? Shelley Duvall, the day before.
Shelley Duvall. It was funny because
which I believe we talked about Friday, I think.
We did talk about Shelley Duvall. I had already said it. It's actually the first thing I said.
Yeah.
And I talked about Kubrick torturing her again. Yeah. So she we'll start with Dr. Ruth. Dr. Ruth, legend.
Funny.
Do you think I could fill her little teeny tiny shoes?
I think
I put like one titty in her little blazer and it would bust out.
I think the thing that was great about Dr. Ruth was like old people didn't talk about sex, and here she was talking about like so there was something like there was a dichotomy there that was like happening that you were like, oh wow, this lady must know her stuff. Like it was very strange. Like unless you got like Dr. Laura. What was Dr. Laura? Was it Dr. Laura? There were sisters, like twin sisters that came out like in the mid-90s.
They also gave sex. I think Dr. Ruth is the OG. She's amazing. But you still didn't answer my question.
What's that?
Could I fill her very tiny shoes?
Yes, and what I was saying that I think coming from the little old lady had a bigger entertainment value.
Well, herein lies the problem with my life. Yeah. I have turned 48 on Saturday. You were there.
Happy birthday.
Kind of. But I am now getting called a boomer on the internet. So
and I've been called elderly.
We both got called elderly. So I guess I could do it. I'd be like the old lady with the dreadlocks giving sex advice.
Yeah.
I will say I watched the Dr. Ruth. I remember the Dr. Ruth where she was on Arsenio Hall or something, and she was talking about putting a roll of stamps around your penis to find out if you're getting hard at night. And so I haven't had to do that to Doug yet, but I will let you know if it's a problem, and I'll let you. I buy the peel and stick stamps.
Do they even have stamps anymore? They do.
They sell them at Costco, but they're the peel and stick ones. So I don't know how that's going to work. You really can't have licky sticky stamps in Florida, I don't think.
Probably not. No, they would.
Bad idea.
Yeah. Well, they must have at some point before this new licky,
this
peel and sticky.
Maybe. I like that the sticker mule guy came out in opposition. I thought that was really cool. Basically saying everybody, like, there's people at this company that vote this way. There's people that vote that way. we all have to come together as a nation. We can't have this kind of violence and rhetoric. And I thought it was very moving. And of course, people were upset because he said he voted for Trump. And she was glad he was okay. Courtney says, I'm 100 pounds, but I've been 200 pounds before, and I'm not even 5 feet tall. I've been thick and a stick. How did you lose the weight? Please teach me your ways.
She had a conjoined twin that was removed.
That's possible. Yeah, Tracy, MK Ultra from Anne. Killing 15 minutes. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this. Love the lightning storm in the background.
Yeah,
hopefully. I don't know if you saw the episode.
Hope it doesn't kill us.
Was it 2 weeks ago?
That was
maybe
a couple weeks ago. There was one, right?
Boom.
Yeah.
There's a short of it.
We went inside.
Happy belated birthday, beautiful, from my friend Jen. Thank you, darling. Yeah. So it just the Trump thing wasn't great. Somebody posted, I didn't even know about this till the very end of the day. I was like, oh, they didn't even wish me a happy birthday. And Doug was like, oh, they posted like the single most unflattering pictures of you ever on your wall. See, what I would have done is messaged her and said, can you delete this, please? Because Stacey's going to be very upset about those pictures. She's very self-conscious about what she looks like in photos. Or just gone on my computer and deleted it so I didn't see it. But, you don't have to control what other people do. So I got to find out about that. There was no song. There was we had cupcakes that my friend Christina sent me, and Christina sent me flowers, and she sent me this dress and some lemonade and
a little thing of flowers.
The flowers and the lemonade and these little cupcakes, these gluten-free cupcakes, which I can have in theory. And so we were going to try to go to the beach, but that just didn't fucking happen. And so Doug did get me a scratch ticket today, and I'm scratching and I'm scratching and I'm scratching. And look, right here, I got the bonus word. You see the bonus word? Yeah. And that's 100 times. 100 times your value.
Whatever you win.
Whatever you win. And the minimum prize on this ticket is $10. 10 times 100 is, drum roll please, 1,000. I'm scratching, 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 scratching. More. I'm getting so many words. It's at least $20,000. Sorry, at least $2,000. It's at least $2,000. It's at least $2,000. I will take $2,000. Thank you. That will pay my rent. Not quite, but almost. And I'm scratching and I'm scratching, and Doug goes, "You have no O." Oh,
yeah.
So there's no bonus.
The O was,
and most of those words didn't get them. So I was so excited for a minute there. I was so.
Had I had a couple $1,000 lying around, I would have taken this to the store, brought you back with $2,000, gave it to you, and let you be happy. But that was. I don't have it.
Well, it would just have been nice if you would, done a little bit more.
Yeah, I know.
And then Sunday we were going to try to meet up with Uncle Paulie and Hookah Bob, but I was really not feeling well, and it was funny because I was only going to force myself to go because if Hookah Bob had planned to go, I didn't want to miss him because it's really far for him, but I really didn't feel up to it. And then so I was trying to push myself, and then Hookah Bob was like, I'm going to be late, and I was already having fucking what do you call it, shortness of breath. It was my blood oxygen was at 95 again. And it's having some chest pain. So I was like, you know what? It's better to call it. And so Uncle Paulie, thankfully, was understanding. He does live closer than we do, but you might just have to come down here, buddy. Come on. You can come down right now.
It's raining, though.
It is raining. Yeah, you might want to wait. But Uncle Paulie, the podcast. So we're going to get together with him soon. So that was Sunday. I was just not, what was I feeling shitty on? How was I feeling on Sunday? So the stomach?
Your stomach was killing you. Yeah.
Still today, I haven't been able to eat. I had a half a quesadilla today. That was a terrible idea.
And then you had the juice for dinner, which you're still drinking.
A little juice for dinner.
Yeah, juice for breakfast.
Breakfast. I might just have to do a juice fast again. The fucked up thing is, it's not like I'm losing any weight. And Jen says, "Do you remember the fruitcake lady?" The fruitcake lady?
She's a sweet little old librarian. Oh, I do remember her.
She was a sweet little old librarian looking lady, but she had a mouth on her and would give people advice.
Yeah, she I want to say Leno went to see her or Letterman went to see her or something. And she would give advice from her chair. It's really funny. Yeah, she was hysterical.
My favorite, well, of course, there's the church lady, Dana Carvey. Oh my God.
Hysterical.
Oh my God. But the fucking things he would say. Well, isn't that special?
Yeah. The bulbous region. I remember
Reminds
she would
me
always
of
talk about the bulbous
former
region.
mother-in-law of mine. I feel like if your mom was alive, I would be friends with her.
Oh, my mom would be watching this podcast. You did this. You did not say that.
I'm glad your parents are dead. Sorry, oh my God, that's terrible. I'm not really glad his parents are dead. I just, couldn't do the podcast. As a matter of fact, we were talking about today. I'm like, we'd probably have to stop doing the podcast if we won the lottery because all these people that are being prosecuted for shit they said, like scary. Yes, I understand they said terrible things, but who's the judge of who says the terrible things?
The judge. Cool.
First, they came for the Jews. Is that how it starts? So they came for the Jews? Because I am not Jewish.
I don't know. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
And Courtney says, cutting out alcohol is a big one for me. I don't drink. 2 years sober, Whole Foods. Congratulations. I only eat Whole Foods and clean. And I go outside for an hour a day and move my body regardless of the weather. I should be outside a little bit more. I can do my socials from the phones if I do them in the pool. It's just as easy. Yeah, maybe that's my new thing is I just have to do socials.
Yeah. It was sparkling out here today. It was super hot. It was crazy hot today.
I'm looking at how pale I am though. It goes so fast. Although we're all peely still from a couple weeks ago. I need to exfoliate.
I'm still angry.
And I'm not sure how I feel about the Trump thing. I want more information just so I know who's really right with all the conspiracies.
Yeah.
We were just saying the one thing we agree on, we finally got to fishy, was that we'll never have all the information. We'll never have all the information. And, we don't have the information yet, but we're never going to have it. And also we wouldn't believe it if they told us. So they've earned that. And isn't that concerning to everyone? Like the fact that we have enough reason to not trust our government, to not trust the media. Like, isn't that concerning?
Well,
I be common together.
I do know that we all feel that you just don't shoot at people. Just don't. Violence is
but
whack.
I agree with you, but there were a lot of people saying, and lot of celebrities have gotten that Jack Black got himself in trouble today.
Yeah,
some guy named Harry, like a bunch of people got themselves in trouble. I don't remember his name. Doug, are you thinking of Minnie Pearl?
No, Minnie Pearl was the Minnie Pearl. Howdy! She was on the Grand Ole Opry. Now, the lady that Jen was talking about was, she was like an old lady. She sat in her chair and like they would ask her like questions. I'll dig it up and find it. Maybe we could bring it on. Was she? Yeah, I guess she was the color. Yeah, that was her right there. Oh, it was Jay Leno. Yeah. And then Courtney says, how long are we going to put up with these shady, untrustworthy fucks? That's what I want to know. Well,
hippie commune.
All right, so we have a librarian lady coming up.
I'm trying to pull it up.
There she is. Top. There you go.
Feel very foolish for not using it.
Hello? Oh, did we? And now for something completely different.
Fruitcake lady. Yeah, they might.
Oh, I remember this.
I'm from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. My wife can't cook worth a damn. How do I tell her without hurting her feelings?
You know something? I don't know what all this crap is about somebody hurting somebody's feelings. For God's sakes, why don't you come right out and tell her, look, you can't cook. There's cookbooks all over the place. There's schools. I mean, you've got to stop and learn to cook. This thing of making excuses and by shoving it under the rug, I mean, that is so ridiculous.
That's you.
I was actually thinking that it was you getting marital advice from her where you're like, oh, I didn't take the picture. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that. But I'm high as fuck in my defense, and I'm really upset, and I'm making a joke, using humor as a coping mechanism at an inappropriate time. So I'm sorry.
You don't need to be sorry.
So I can make my joke?
You can make it, make a joke. I know that I don't sound like I don't sound like that.
But she like basically is like, oh, tell the bitch to stop fucking complaining. And we live in the year 2024, and when your wife says that hurts my feelings, you're supposed to care.
We should ask that lady what I should do. She's probably dead.
I think you could take that video to that lady or Triva or anybody, like even one of your guy friends, and they'll be like, oh, dude, you fucked up. Your wife doesn't like to have her picture. That happened on Sunday, and you And she told you to stop.
So Jen says that's her, and Ann loved this lady. She said it like it was. And Killing says, I've been voting for the people that have never been in office, but I'm a minority when it comes to understanding what our government is supposed to be and what to be, not what they really do. You can't trust the government.
Thank you.
Look at that.
The one thing that we all have in common, every one of us, is we're getting fucked in the ass by the government. Yay. We may not.
Some
all
of us like
agree
it,
with
though.
Yes, the Democrats. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. But I do think if you vote in favor of big government, you're aiding and abetting while we get fucked in the ass. Photography.
It's like a spirit Halloween over there with the lightning.
Like a spirit Halloween on this podcast is what it is. And unfortunately for you, though, it is sorry, how many episodes is this? 291. Fuck yeah, what should we do for 300, you guys?
Yeah, what should we do?
What special thing should we do?
Should we rent a Chrysler 300 and drive around?
Please
or
don't.
should we watch the movie 300? Or should we fireworks? We'll buy
It's
300
our
pieces
300th
of fireworks.
episode of our podcast. And we would like to have one episode with 300 viewers. We had
we
700. We made a joke about Pride being over. I just think it's stupid that Pride is only a month and Black History Month is only a month and Women's History Month is only a month. And like I always say, like, oh no, we don't care about you anymore. You can only be gay 1 month. Or like Black History or Women's History, same thing. And so it's been kind of like a running joke around here. And so I made it a cartoon, the thumbnail that we used. And 798 people watched that episode. So
go figure.
Today's title was "You Need a Spanking," and we only have 133 viewers. By the way,
maybe not that many people need a spanking or want a spanking.
I don't know, but I will say this. We are a live interactive podcast. We do this Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's interactive. Friday nights we play Jackbox, and every night it's interactive. So you'll get to see all these amazing people like Cindy and Uncle Polly and Shortney and Hookah Bob and the immoral Hookah Bob.
Oh yeah.
OG Lesby Tracy, little Tommy Millmore.
Little Tommy was there.
First guest ever, our dear friend Anne. Let's see. Is there anybody I'm missing? Nicole was here briefly. Matthew, we love you so much. Killing 15. These people are the most amazing people like on the planet. Like they have been supporting us and they're just like our family. And we look forward to seeing them every night. Like you guys, it's so funny. If you try to call me during the day now, like it's or message me or anything, it's impossible to get me because I all day long am either doing podcast stuff and getting ready for the podcast because we put our heart and soul into this. If you can find a more real podcast on the internet, I will be fucking shocked. You saw it tonight. It wasn't pretty, but it's been worse. There's been some shit. But we have fun, and we bring people together, and these people are the most intelligent, non-judgmental, creative, thoughtful, caring people you'll ever meet, and they'll be your friends. Like they've all become friends with one another. Isn't that nice? And we keep joking about having a hippie commune and maybe a cult. And a couple people want me to be the cult leader, but I'm a little reluctant. Doug, what do you think? Would I make a good cult leader?
I think you would make a good cult leader because you're you provide observance and love and harsh criticism when need be.
Well, there you go. I don't know that I like being told I have harsh criticism.
No. Well, I mean, like you say you're like that lady. She says it like it is.
Okay. Jen says my cat reels are way more popular than anything else I post. It is the stupidest shit that goes viral, and it makes me sick because I want to have quality content. The problem is we're going to have to resort to doing stupid shit if we don't pick up our viewership. So please tell your friends. Follow us on all the socials. We will follow you back.
We're gonna have to resort, like we haven't done it already.
No, I'm talking about doing stupid. Like what we do.
Yeah, like
it's stupid. Yeah. Like we're stupid and we tell inappropriate stories, but it's meaningful. Like we help people with natural health. We help with self-esteem. We supported people through addiction and recovery. We've supported marriages. We've inspired people. Like I had the nicest message again today. Somebody telling us this is what we were meant to do. So like I feel really good about what we've done here, and if I dropped it tomorrow, I am so proud of bringing you guys together and making people smile and inspiring people. Am I perfect? Nope. Are we making any money? Nope. But it will soon, because you're going to tell your friends and they're going to tell their friends, and we're going to be like a household name. And when we blow up, you blow up. By the way, my laptop is dying.
It's almost dying. I can grab the thing.
I don't necessarily need it. TikTok short videos of stupid shit. Like literally, like, yeah. This morning, actually, Doug washed my hair, and the neighbor, oh my God, it's amazing, but we'll have to talk about this in a second. Killing says, my most popular is my nephew's voice as the sign-off show. That's so cute.
Nice.
And for 300, Doug could sing a song, a live acoustic show. And Journey with Jen's Faves says, love you guys. Killing, I look forward to 8 p.m. every night. It's a family favorite. You should probably
get a new family. Maybe
he
has a nice family. We don't know.
Consider a different kind of night.
All I picture is like a couple of 4-year-old kids. These guys are
oh my God, no! Like people will see. I think it was Courtney's kids. They were like, when they see my phone, they go, "Oh, your friends are on. Your friends are on." And other people, their kids are like, "Your friends are on. Your friends are on." And like like people know about it, and like I think it's like it's kind of cool that like maybe one day, right? So like how old are these kids? Like Courtney has a 12-year-old, right? So Courtney's 12-year-old presumably does not watch this podcast, but like one day she's gonna be like, it's for adults. It's for adults. I'm an adult now. And she's gonna watch. And then she's gonna grow up. She's gonna grow up and be like, that's the show my mom used to watch. Like they're lame. This is the generation that we are raising right now. Are you ready for it? When we're all dead, assuming we haven't gotten a Neuralink and we're not immortal like Hookah Bob. Yeah. We're gonna die, and then our kids are gonna be like looking nostalgic back to the things that we used to do, right? So like for you, it would be like your mom like watching her soaps or making chip beef or listening to 40s music. Okay, so that's stuff that you're interested in. For fuck's sake, you're a Buffalo Bills fan to this day because of your dad.
Not because of my dad, but because we were from that region. Yeah.
Okay. Well, did your dad introduce you to football, or was it
introduced me to football? Yeah, for sure.
And was he a Bills fan?
No.
He wasn't?
He wasn't really a fan of professional football.
You learned something new. So the Bills, nothing to do with his father. I thought all this time it was because his dad was a Bills fan. What? Give me an example of something that is a connection to your dad. All this stuff, science and weather shit.
Yeah, that stuff. Just being a good guy is another thing. Yeah, there's so much. There's so much.
I think one day Courtney's kids are gonna be like, "Oh, my mom used to watch this podcast every night," and she's gonna be like, "Mom, your asshole looks like a flamingo. Why didn't you send them the picture? Can I get a copy of the picture?" And they're gonna look through your photos and look to see if your asshole really looked like a flamingo. The key point here is, it's a good thing we get censored a lot,
and it's a bad thing that you haven't sent a photo of said flamingo.
Please send the picture. Everybody send pictures of your private parts to maritalhate@gmail.com. Only if you're over, like, I don't know, like 25 at least. Like anything younger than that, that's just weird. But adults.
And under 80.
No, over 80.
No, over
those
80.
Are the best ones. Those are the best ones.
How do you know those are the best ones? Don't tell me.
I did go on a date with a 68-year-old. That was the guy that he had like sunglasses on. He drank human growth hormone or shot himself full of human growth hormone every day, and he lied about his age. And then we were at what the fuck is the hotel in Boston, the Langham?
Yeah.
We were at the Langham bar, and we were like talking to like the president of BU and like some other person. And he's like, "Hey, I have a surprise coming for us." Oh, it's some tech guy from San Francisco who offered me his house when I went to ad tech. And so we're sitting there, and he's like, "I have a surprise coming for us." I'm like, "A surprise? Oh my God, what is it? Candy? Monkey's cake?" Like, I'm so excited. I love surprises. It was a couple of bumps coming. Snow.
She wanted to go snow skiing.
I'm not that kind of girl. Is that the drug you would give me?
Nope.
I would just explode. Although I was on Provigil for a very long time, which
I remember. I remember. It was.
Was I more hyper than I am now?
Yes. You were hyper all day, every day, and then you would conk.
I still do that now.
And
I'm like, all day, and then conk.
Yeah.
Matthew says a live acoustic show would be pretty cool.
Oh, look at that.
Well, then maybe that's how we'll wrap it up.
Maybe.
Hookah Bob says, Paul Hamlin, lighten the mood. I'm having fried chocolate ice cream at Dean's south of the border.
South of the border.
Fuck you.
Nice. Yeah, that's good
we
living.
were going to stop and the timing was off. And
they were closed on Thanksgiving when I think.
No, we were going to be there. But here's the thing. When we drove down, we drove the Jeep and we were pulling a 12-foot U-Haul. The day we were going, I had sent the Jeep into everybody was like, oh, like, it's not great for towing.
I have to compete.
Well, okay. It's not great for towing, yada, yada, yada. But I was like, listen, this is what we have to do. So we had the Volvo go shipped, which made no sense because the car's worth $1,300. It was like basically a $1,300 transport to ship those two strawberry plants and also some guitars and a lamp that Andrea gave me and Doug's clothes were in that car. So anyway, we had the U-Haul and we had it fucking packed, but like I wasn't nervous at all and everybody was like so stressed and Doug was so anxious. He gets anxiety about driving. So I did all the driving and I was just like, well, if we have to back up, if we have to park it, it's a pain in the ass. I can't walk very far. And like, it was just I was just stressed. And so I'm bummed because we were going to stay there and we didn't do it. We were going to see my friend Kristen. We didn't do it. And I regret both of those because I'm super comfortable driving it now. I probably just needed a little like time to like meditate and regroup and I would have been fucking fine. So what the hell is wrong with me? And I lost my glass dreadlock bead. I had 2 hand-blown glass dreadlock beads. They were like $20 each. And both of them, one got lost in New Jersey and I broke one here on the side of the pool one day. So I'm bummed out. But I do have where is it? There's all kinds of shit in my hair, in case you haven't noticed. Well, somewhere in here, not to be confused with somewhere out there, the Five of Mouthkowitz song that I will spare you. Where's the mushroom?
The mushroom?
Have a little
like in the back of your head somewhere.
I just wanted to show them the mushroom. Oh, here it is. See my little mushroom? Isn't that cute? It's wooden. And it's sparkly, and actually it's the same color polish I usually wear, like sparkly. So I didn't even make a follow-up dreadlock appointment. I found out today. So like my dreadlock, like you see how rooty I am? Normally you can see the little twists. And I don't have as much volume. Yeah, because I need to get my fucking dreadlocks done. So she's gonna check and book me.
Those are your, what are they called? The baby arms?
Baby hairs. In the Black community, they would call them edges because if you wear a wig, it's important that there's some baby hairs there. Otherwise, it doesn't look like it's your real hair. You look like Marlo. Remember Marlo with the bad wigs?
Was not so good.
And then Paul says, to lighten the mood, I'm having oh yeah, I already said that. Hookah Bob says, I have to go early tonight. You guys have a good, very grateful to know everybody here, especially Matthew, who lets me send him nasty stuff through Messenger. Oh. Send me nasty stuff through Messenger, motherfucker.
Are you sending Matthew butthole pics through Messenger?
Oh, I told you and Hookah Bob today that if you wanted to be like cool, like for the you should get your testicles pierced, and then I would pay for it. Or your butthole.
That would be painful.
I knew a guy who had 5 butthole piercings. He also had his uvula pierced. He had a lot of piercings. Ryan.
How do you have 5 butthole piercings? How do you have a butthole piercing? And how do you get that stuff clean? I have questions.
Dude, well, maybe if you know a piercer that might want to come on the podcast and promote, that would be cool. Actually, we should post that. Okay. Anyway,
I don't know. We've had some.
We have
some discussions about
the guests, but I think Thursdays are so quiet that if we can get somebody, if somebody has any kind of a following, we could let them come on the Thursday because Thursdays are so quiet.
I think we have like a 6-question questionnaire for them. What do you do? What do you want to plug? Boom. If we have
the problem is more like I like follow-up questions, but like but it's not been a matter of having questions. It's been like we haven't been able to shut people the fuck up. Some people are just better at getting interviewed than others. And I'm probably terrible to be interviewed because I'm a little bit talky. And Hookah Bob says, I will do my ear, but no other part. Okay. Fine.
I don't do any part.
Why not?
It fucking hurts.
Oh, I found out Doug fucked a bunch of ladies in the Volvo today.
I didn't. No.
I thought I was the only one. There were others.
I was a single man.
There were others.
I was a single man.
Well, I thought I was special. I'm not.
You are special. I married you. I didn't marry those other bambos.
Okay. There was some sort of I'm not dismissing. I'm just moving on. There was some sort of tornado situation in Iowa today.
Yeah, they had some forecasts
in Des Moines, and my friend's mom is from. Her parents are from Iowa, and so I was like, "Hey, are your parents alive?" And she was like, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about." And I sent her a screenshot of like a massive tornado over Des Moines. What?
You can't just call somebody up. Hey, your parents alive? Like, I don't know.
Well, I just said, are your parents? That's
moly.
I'm gonna pull this up on the screen. I don't know if she does Twitter. I know she doesn't do TikTok. Chinese. I'm mocking her.
Oh my goodness.
And there's people like driving through that shit. Imagine being out in the Jeep.
It looked like a car got hit by lightning. The white one there, maybe? I don't know. It looked like something got hit.
I will say this. I wonder what it would.
Oh yeah, it was right
like
right behind that.
I can't help but think what it would be like to drive the Jeep in a tornado.
Jeep would get picked up and hurled.
It doesn't have doors or top.
Yeah, well, it doesn't have a lot of resistance, so I guess maybe, but it's light. So if something can get under it, maybe, I don't know.
Oh, apparently, sorry, I just saw this on Twitter. RFK said lots of rumors going around about my meeting this morning with President Trump. Our main topic was the national unity, and I hope to meet with the Democratic leaders about it as well. No, I'm not dropping out of the race. And I actually messaged him today saying I wanted him and Trump to run together because I think that they're opposing enough that they would balance each other out. And I like some of RFK stuff and I like some of Trump stuff. So that's what I would like, mostly because it would fucking piss off the system. You don't like that.
Yeah, it's like if you could put about 8 people in a blender, you might get like
What the fuck? You're never gonna agree with everything somebody says. Yeah. And I certainly don't agree with I gotta tell you myself half the fucking time.
If you peel away, like, and it's funny because some of the things that I think Robert Kennedy is crazy about, other people would think that's why. So I would like it's like I think there's probably 60-70% of really good, smart guy in Robert Kennedy, and there's probably like 30% crazy. But I don't think my crazy is the same as a lot of people's crazy.
Why do you think he's crazy?
Well, I think he has some outlandish sort of takes on stuff that I don't quite agree with. I'm trying to think. You put me on the spot.
You can get back to us.
Well, no. I think like I do agree with him on a lot of the pharma stuff, on most of the pharma stuff and the food stuff. I mean,
I'm looking for something that he's got a crazy idea on.
I'm trying to think. Like,
if you can't think of it now, just get back to us.
I can't think of it. Right
all right, we'll get back to us.
But
like to know.
I do want to hit. Matthew says Jacob's ladder. Is that the piercing of the something or other?
What's that?
We're gonna find out. Because we don't know, we're old.
We're not talking about the movie, right? We're talking about the piercing.
Yeah,
or are you talking about the stair thing that you climb?
I don't know.
That thing's fucking rough.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. Well, rather than
I don't.
Yeah, he had this too. He had like a fucking all the piercings. By the way, dudes that have their dicks pierced will just whip it out and show it to you at a bar. Although dudes will just whip out their dicks and show it to you at any time anyway. So those are your options.
I've never shown my dick to anybody at a bar.
Well, it's because it's not pierced. If you had a Prince Albert, you did yourself one.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. The Prince Albert. Yeah, that's what I thought that was.
Well, a guy at a bar.
Yeah.
That I worked at had given himself up pure. I said, "You were so fucking drunk last week." He's like, "I know. I went home and gave myself a Prince Albert." So
I don't even know why somebody would want to do that.
Well, it was interesting. This was kind of cool. Oh, this chick has like this was a thing that chicks were doing for a while, where they put like basically piercings up their back, eyelets with ribbon between them. They were doing it on the back of their legs too. I think it's fucking hot as fuck, but not necessarily practical. Shit, did I just lose it? This is just a piercing.
Yeah,
this chick has.
Lace piercing.
That's a thing that people are doing. I would do that if I could suck all my fat back, like a tummy tuck. Like I could just like pierce it. And...
People should do that on the back of their head instead of getting a facelift, because then they could be like, yeah, it's like a neck lift. I need a neck lift. I'm starting to get a neck thing.
Oh my God, you could do it. You just hear me out.
Yeah.
Piercings.
Yeah.
Subdermal.
Yeah. With
monofilament.
It's a genius idea. And then you just go in once a month and they tighten it a little bit like a retainer kind of thing. Like one of those
they could do the back of my arms.
I don't know that you can show.
I wasn't trying to. They could do like the back of my arms. They could.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows? We might want to save this episode the minute it goes up. Although YouTube will let that fly. They'll just put a warning on it. Yeah. I don't know why that video is still on. Oh, I was going to keep her. Fuck.
So Hookah says, Matthew, come down and get your ear pierced with me. And Killing says,
balls.
ouch to the Jacobs.
Balls.
And can we meet in the middle at the old oak tree? And then Tracy says, I would do that same piercing for the same reason.
Right? Let's lift our shit up, Carl. I would need a lot of piercings and a lot of string, like rope. They'd have to use the dreadlock. I had a couple little breakages today.
Oh.
I do have. Oh shit! We never went live on Instagram.
Oh.
Well,
fuck Instagram.
If I could, I think Instagram fucks us mostly. Go live. Well, we're live. Okay. So what do you got for comments?
We're caught up on the comments, but I was gonna put our text number. For
Doug's so for those of you, by the way, there's 138 of you over on TikTok right now that we can see. Go over to YouTube or Facebook, because all these people will be your friend and you can join the conversation and be one of us. We accept you.
I believe this is the number. Is that right?
239-314-4104. Yeah, text US 41 radio and request this song.
Oh. Yeah, that's if you text play Doug Gear to that number, you will make my day. We're up to number 5, which was kind of a surprise to me. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to run with the big boys up there in the top 5, but I was very pleased with that. Tom Milmore would pierce I would pierce my eye just to be gross as hell. So there's the number again, 239-314-4104.
Smiles like the sun, Doug Gear.
And Matthew says, I would get my ear done with you, asking if she'll go too.
Do it. Who's Heather?
Well, Heather must be maybe, but okay. Is he in? Where's he in? I want to say he's in Tennessee. So,
Tennessee. Yeah. Does that mean we have a free place to stay in Tennessee? Because we need one. Although we never stay at anybody's house because Doug's got like allergies and stuff. And although I've got some stuff, I did, Dana White, and Kid Rock each donated $50,000 to, the victim's family of the, Trump issue, Corey
the dude
Compatory, which I think is amazing. They've raised like $3 million so far. Also Vivek, Ramaswamy donated either 20 or 30 grand. So that was at least people are coming together there to support these people. I think that's amazing. Trump's VP is
Vivian Vance.
Oh, I thought JD Vance.
That was Vivian Vance from the I Love Lucy show.
No, not to be confused with JD Salinger. JD Vance. Not to be confused with Bob Vance of Vance Refrigeration.
Right.
Phyllis's husband, but JD Vance. Some of you may have read the book about his life, his memoir, Hillbilly Elegy, which was made into a movie on Netflix. I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to watch it. Supposedly, he is from nothing, very difficult childhood, Appalachian values, drugs, addiction. The movie is supposedly quite moving, but emotional and raw. I'm actually really looking forward to watching it. I had said I was going to watch it forever, and I just didn't know. Now I have a reason to. But when I can make time. He's supposedly a conservative. I read his full Wikipedia today. There were things in there that were not flattering. There are things in there that were flattering. Read it for yourself, and also keep in mind that Wikipedia is known to be left-leaning and is also edited by whoever. So I could go in there right now and write Vance sucks a bunch of fucking dicks, and it would be like, sucks a bunch of fucking dicks. As a matter of fact,
in 2024.
We should set ourselves up a Wikipedia page. In 2000, several years ago, Tosh.0, Daniel Tosh,
Yeah,
the
we love
comedian,
him.
he had I love that show. He had a contest to see who could fuck up his Wikipedia page.
Oh,
the
yeah.
most. It was
Remember
so funny.
Speaking of hillbillies on meth, I mean Matthew. Heather won't go, but she didn't tell me no. Heather is my honey. No, now we know the whole family.
We would like to see her picture.
Yeah, and a picture of your butthole, Matthew.
That would be nice. Does Hookah Bob get jealous of Heather? Is my question, or does Heather get jealous of Hookah Bob because
you guys are like buds?
Hookah Bob is immortal. Okay, and he has candy. Dynasty. I don't know. Dynasty was trending because somebody did something. I was just thinking about the show Dynasty.
Yeah.
And I really would like to watch it from the beginning, but it's so slow.
It's pretty torturous.
I can't deal with slow.
But you don't have to watch Dynasty to have an attitude.
Go ahead, do it.
Polly is he's got to go put the bike away. Catch up with you two tomorrow. Get some sleep, Polly, and I hope you don't have indigestion from your fried ice cream. Don't bring us any like in a cooler or anything. Don't worry about us. We're good.
What are you going on about? Yeah, I don't think that he could make that here.
No, probably not. No.
If his life depended on it. I wanted to share the post that Corey Compatore, I'm so sorry, his daughter posted. I thought it was amazing. Yes, her name's Allison. Yesterday, and by the way, this happened in his family's arms. Yesterday, time stopped, and when it started again, my family and I started living a real life nightmare. What was supposed to be an exciting day we had all looked forward to, especially my dad, turned into the most traumatizing experience that someone could imagine. I know the media will cover the event, and I'm going to try my best to stay away from looking at everything, especially because I've already seen and lived through it in real time. That's the most important thing, is that there's a family out there. Everything you say affects that family. And we should all be praying for them constantly. And I'm going to give my best to stay away from looking at everything, especially been through it. But I want everyone to know what the media will not cover and will not say about him. He was the best dad a girl could ever ask for. My sister and I never needed for anything. You call, he would answer. And he would do whatever it is you need. If he didn't know how, he would figure it out how. He could talk and make friends with anyone, which he was doing all day yesterday and loved every minute of it. He was a man of God, loved Jesus fiercely, and looked after our church and our members of our family. The media will not tell you that he died a real-life superhero. They're not going to tell you how quickly he threw my mom and I to the ground. They're not going to tell you that he shielded my body from the bullet that came at us. He loved his family. He truly loved us enough to take a real bullet for us, as I want nothing more than to cry on him and tell him thank you. I want nothing more to wake up for this to not be the reality for me and my family. We lost a selfless, loving husband, father, brother, uncle, son, and friend, and I will never stop thinking about him and mourning him until the day that I die too. July 13th, my birthday, will forever be the day that changed my life. I will never be the same person I was less than 24 hours ago. There's a lot of children out there that say their dad was their hero, but my dad really is mine. I don't think I would be here today without him. Dad, I love you so much that there aren't enough words to express how deep that love goes. I know you'll give heaven some hell. I know that God is proud of the man that came to his gates today. So I just can't. What a fucking terrible thing.
That's crazy. I have some comments. Little Tommy sees lightning. I hope it doesn't scare you, Tommy, because I know you're just a little boy.
Off and on.
He says the media told us all this. And then
They did.
Kay Butterfly says hello, our neighbor. And then Twisted Our Lady is here, says hello.
Hey, girl,
we have not seen you in a while. Welcome back.
And by the way, so there was a Dana White trending item. What did Dana do? Oh, he donated $50,000 to the family as well.
He is also speaking in the RNC.
I haven't been watching, but I did see that the representative from Massachusetts called Massachusetts Magachusetts, and I thought that was pretty clever. Whether you agree with it or not, I still thought it was clever. And Real Housewives of New Jersey is trending. I watched the latest episode. Y'all, I have watched Jersey from the beginning. I've rewatched it. Poor Doug knows all about fucking the Manzos and prostitution whore.
Yeah.
He knows some things, but I will tell you, it has worn on me. I'm worn out on Housewives at this point. The Atlanta Housewives, they keep bringing new people on. We're on that last season. They don't tell you the stuff that you want to know. It's fucking frustrating. And then there's Jersey, and it's Melissa and Teresa fighting constantly. Melissa's having this massive fashion show, like a New York style runway fashion show for her boutique, but she doesn't design any of the clothes, so it's kind of like, huh.
Yeah.
And then Danielle, who I absolutely love, she's like this, she has this line, Bougie Kids, whatever. If you don't watch it, she's new. She got into it with Jen Aiden, who's been on for a few seasons. Jen Aiden, this is Danielle's second season. Jen's like, I don't know, fifth or sixth. She's buddy with Teresa. So apparently Jen made some comment about Jen made some sort of comment about Danielle and like not giving money to charity or something, and she fucking hauled out and whacked her.
I did see that.
So this has been an ongoing thing, and so and then Danielle, as she was leaving the room on this episode, told Jennifer, like, you look ugly. I don't know if Jennifer, I kind of want to watch it again to see if Jennifer talked to her that way too, but like, that's not okay. And then of course, at one point, Dolores got in the middle and was like, you can't talk to her that way. And like, it's all this drama. No, it seems like fucking middle school shit to like, what the fuck? You're grown fucking women with fucking children. This is how you want the world to see you? Like, are you kidding me? Like, if I have a fucking problem with you, I'm gonna like try to talk to you about it. And if the conversation is not going anywhere, I'm gonna say, let's talk about it later. Let's stop talking about it. Let's talk about it later. And as we have seen tonight, I do eventually blow my top because I'm human too, so I should not judge the housewives.
Twisted has been hiding under a rock.
Oh, how is that?
But at least it's cool under there.
Usually cool.
And Tracy says it's better than Massachusetts or Mass Exodus.
Mass Exodus.
That was lightning. It was raining very different.
Oh my God! You have to go back and look at our clips. We had we slammed our laptops and ran inside.
A couple weeks ago, it hit right now across the street. So we kind of went in that night. That was
an aggressive lightning storm.
It was.
Like,
this one's a little like it's kind of past us.
I feel like one will like kind of poke its way in. Like every once in a while, I'll see the reflection of a lightning bolt, and I'm just like,
and you know me, I always check the radar.
Okay.
And
you know we haven't seen in a while? Uriel.
Uriel has not been around for a while. We used that when the kids were here. We used that speaker.
We used the speaker quite a bit.
Yeah.
This is a Ranadon speaker. Uriel sent it to us for free. They're like $30, and they sound as good as a Beats pill. They look better. They're like these little tiny little pucks. Yeah, get one. And then Anne actually has one. She loves it. Big Brother has a new season.
Oh.
Fuck that show.
Oh yeah, it's every summer.
If it's celebrity, I'll get into it. But if it's not,
regular people. You know what? It's good when we watch with the kids because then it's like you can talk
we all
about
get
it.
into it. We all got into the Housewives while they were here, but I really wish we had watched that from the beginning because it would have been really good.
So Twisted said that's people these days forget how to have conversations. And then Tracy says the weather was like an oh shit moment a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it was. It was.
We literally, and you guys were like, "What's going on?" And it was still like StreamYard was like paused. We're like, do. And so we were getting text messages and DMs from everybody like, "What the fuck happened?" Okay? So we're like, "Oh, we're gonna wrap it up." And then the other one we had was what was the other one we ended the internet went out on Friday, like,
and then we had to set it up on our phone.
Are you fucking kidding me? This has been crazy, and thank you for dealing with that. But also, I dealt with like all of the calls so far to the cable company. Hours of tediousness. Doug did this one.
I missed the Douglas,
and he was gonna go to bed. He's like, "I'll just call in the morning." And I'm like, "If you call in the morning, they're not sending someone in the morning. If you call now, they maybe will send somebody in the morning." And
I don't know what country that guy was, but I could hardly.
How do you think I felt?
But then he repeated everything you ever gave him. Hello, Mr. Douglas, at such and such a road, and your telephone number, blah blah blah.
Yeah, they're like,
email, kept going.
They're like AI. You have to tell them. You don't need to repeat that every time.
And then, okay, so Mr. Douglas, you have replaced this, and then you have done that, and you have spit nickels, and then your number is this, and it's like they have to go through all of it. Like it's every terrible. Time, I'm like,
and I'm telling you. Customer service is just getting worse and worse. I watched a whole video today where this guy talked about Disney and how they're so desperate to get people in there right now, and they're so broke. I wish I could go.
Mouse people.
I want to go, but I want to go, and I don't want there to be any children, and I want it to be free, and I want to be healthy enough to walk.
We did, however, discover a new guy that does.
Yeah, but I want to finish the story. Can I go to him?
Yeah.
So then you can talk about the good guy. So he was talking about how they're closing everything earlier and earlier. So like the park is closing at like say like instead of 8 o'clock, 5 o'clock, or that they're closing like quick service restaurants down. They had the mobile app go down one night, like completely down, and you would go to the restaurant to order, and they'd be like, "It's going to be 45 minutes. You have to use the mobile app." And they're like, "But the mobile app is down." And you're like, if you have been to Disney, they are known for their customer service and the guest experience. That's why you pay $300 for a fucking day for one person. That's just to get in. Never mind fucking food. What it like? So we would get, if we went, we would get Florida resident. So it would be $400 each for 4 days. So that would be $800.
Yep.
Hotel, you're looking $250 a night for 3 nights.
On property.
Wait, it's cheaper to stay on fucking property.
Yeah, right.
Because we used our credit card points last time and we didn't have enough. So wait, so that's $800 for the tickets.
Plus another 1,000.
What's the 1,000?
Hotel.
So how many nights do you need a hotel? You need it 3 nights?
You
first night.
You would need
night,
a 3. Yeah,
3
instead
nights.
of 4. Yeah.
3.
Unless, yeah.
Wait, if you drive both days,
then you would need 3.
So 3 nights, 4 would be better, but 3 nights, so 750,
Yeah.
800, another 8. So you're looking at 1,600 just for that. So then you're looking at least $300 a day in food, at least.
Probably. Well, yeah.
Because we go to sit down restaurants. So 3, that's 1,200.
But you don't have to do 3 meals a day.
So we're going. No, we do 2, but
eat breakfast or something at the hotel.
That's 1,500
Yeah.
plus 300 a day, so 1,200. So it's $2,700 it would cost to go to
For
Disney,
4 days.
and that doesn't include any extras like Lightning Lane, which is $18 a person, and that doesn't include Ubers, and it doesn't include wheelchair or scooter rental. So it would literally cost us like $4,000 to go to Disney. It's crazy. So anyway, this guy was talking about how it's been really shitty. So it made me feel better because like I really wanted to go, and I was really bummed out that we couldn't do it, but I haven't been feeling well, so that wouldn't have been good, and it's super hot, and that wouldn't have been good, and then they were all these terrible things. So there you go. And Doug says,
"Oh, so we found this
good guy.
We found this guy on YouTube, and
So
we're always
sweet.
watching whether it's like stuff we can't
Disney,
attain, whether RVs, whatever
stuff we will attain.
And
Living
so,
off grid, hippie commune, Jeeps, RVs, adventure.
10-inch dick. I mean,
No.
What? So this guy, he does videos from the park. Like he'll go to the park and he'll talk about the snacks or talk about a ride, or he'll film something that he likes, whatever. And we found him through Victoria and Albert's, which was this really super awesome, like crazy experience restaurant that they make like some freeze dried, like like squid or something. I don't know what the hell they do, like really artful food. And so he filmed one of those, and he was just so happy. He's
so happy about everything.
He's so happy. So then we watched another one.
I want to go to Disney with him.
And he was just so happy about everything. He got this little
cupcake,
layered cake thing in a see-through cup,
like
and he was so happy about that. And then he got a slush thing.
But he didn't love the slush.
He didn't love the slush as much, but then he tried the Lion King 30th anniversary ice cream sandwich cookie thing. Was going nuts for it. He was just so happy,
and he apologized 100 times for not wearing Lion King stuff because he was doing the Lion King episode. Well,
he's wearing the goofy
30th
shirt,
30th anniversary of the Lion King, but he had his goofy shirt because he'd had a goofy moment.
But then he took us. He left the park, Animal Kingdom. He left the Animal Kingdom park. Went to Boma, which is at Animal Landing or whatever.
You guys been to
what
Boma?
Is that one called? The one where the animals are, the resort. Is it Animal Kingdom? And so you sit there, and if you know,
though is it the Animal Kingdom Lodge? That's where the animals are, and the Boma restaurant is.
And so they serve like African inspired, whatever, like all kinds of crazy stuff. So they he was taking us. He took us out back where the animals were. There's like a zebra and an ostrich or whatever. and there's like this little terrace where you can sit out there and have a drink or whatever that nobody knows about. So he showed it to that, and he was so happy about it. And then he saw an ostrich, and he was happy about that. He was happy about the rib that he got that looked like ribs that you could have got at Rib City. But he was just so happy.
I know that this sounds just like fucking ridiculous, but like, and he is so happy, and I want to go to Disney with him, and I have a bunch of you guys I want to go to Disney with, and I want to win the lottery and take us all to Disney and do one of those VIP things. But like, I gotta tell you, like, I hate so much about Disney as a company and things that they've done and how they treat their employees. But when I go there, oh my God, I love that shit. Well, it's my guilty pleasure. And you know what I hate at Disney? Children. I love children, but I don't think that they belong at Disney. I don't think that those are good influences for children, and I think it's super stressful for the parents. It costs a fucking fortune. The kids have no fucking clue.
And the parents are all stressed out because they got to jam all this fun into how many days?
Unless you're wealthy. But I will tell you, like, living in Florida and having access to Disney and not being able to go all the time kills me a little. But I aspire to one day be able to go anytime we want. Maybe we're like, you know, a dirty adult Disney podcasters.
So we're so the thing about Disney that we
will never get an endorsement.
I appreciate is all the creativity and like the attention to detail and the architecture and the decorations and the little, you know, all the artistry. Now I think with you having a harder upbringing, that you probably there's probably it's this perfect portrayal of like what life could be or something, right? Well,
I mean, so like while my childhood was like very Jekyll and Hyde. So like at my grandparents' house, it was like it was perfect, picture perfect. I mean, like really, my both of my grandparents were like kind of OCD, like everything had to be very specific way. And I had to go to church and mow the lawn a certain way, and I was expected to behave appropriately. I was like an adult as a kid. And, you know, because my grandparents basically took on the responsibility of me because my mom was only 16 when I was born, and like barely. So at my grandparents' house, it was like, you know, my grandmother was home, like we had a nice yard, like it was like my grandmother sang me songs, like woke me up with a song, like prayed with me at night. I drank a fuckload of tea, had some candy and ice cream, and like there was a lot of fucking sugar in my childhood. But at my mom's house, it was basically hell, and it was a very different experience. And so I think that the Disney reminds me of my grandparents, but it's also like the ultimate goal, like to go to, I always wanted to go to Disney so bad. And 3 of my cousins went and I never got to go. And I don't know if my other 2 cousins went, they probably did. They probably went like the year after I moved out or some shit like that with my fucking luck. But, you know, I always wanted to go to Disney, and my grandparents would go to Florida. My other I always wanted to go. And oh my God, the first time I came to Florida, I was 18 and I had just gotten fucking married. And it was like 18 and a half. And I came, and I was end of 1994, it was the beginning of 95, because it was like January or February. And I remember just being like, everything was so beautiful and so amazing. And I was just absolutely over the moon. And now I feel the same way even now. Is that weird?
No, I get it. I like, you gotta it's weird, like you have to cherish like those times. But
and the food
is amazing. But I always find myself like, I'm kind of like, should I deserve to have fun? Right?
Yes.
And but when you're there, you can like suspend that, like, because you're there to have fun. You're gonna have fun, you know, like, and it's impossible not to have fun.
Well, I would argue that it's not impossible to not have fun, because I've seen people not have fun at Disney. But the drama, the people watching. Oh my God. But I will say that the people watching is really good. But I will say that it holds a special place in my heart. I would love to be able to go all the time. With the one thing that's stressing, this is the biggest reason why I didn't want to go. With my gluten allergy and my peanut allergy, it's just such a fucking pain in my fucking ass. And I haven't been able to eat anything for like 4 days. So,
well, there's that.
I
don't remember ever yearning to go to Disney, like badly. But I did want to go to a zoo. I wanted to go to San Diego Zoo. I wanted to, that was a bigger thing for me, like going to a zoo.
I do
when
enjoy
I
it
was a
too,
kid.
but we used to go to Roger Williams like all the time. And
Yeah,
I remember
I
I think my dad took me to Buttonwood Park once. I vaguely remember it. And I remember taking my kids to Southwicks.
Southwicks is a
I'm
great zoo.
dying to go to the zoo
It's
down here, but
great.
it's too much walking for me. Like I haven't been to Bonita Springs. I haven't been to Tampa.
Although
I haven't been
there's
to Sarasota. You can feed the fucking flamingos.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. And I actually got I don't know if I picked up the map or if I looked at it online, but they have wheelchair rentals at the thing, and we should go and feed the flamingos.
I hate being in it.
I know,
It's horrifying. Like people are so rude to you. I have to be like fake happy all fucking day and try to keep it together, and it sucks. Sarcasm. You come to the right place. Big Brother, like we said, we still haven't talked about Shannon Doherty and Richard Simmons.
Rest in peace.
Somebody had posted a thing. I hope she's, because of course Luke Perry passed away. They said, I hope she's enjoying a milkshake with Dylan at the Peach Pit after dark. And I was like, I hope the fuck they don't get involved again. That was a shit show.
The Peach Pit after life.
They had a toxic relationship. She needs to wait for Dean Cain. He needs to wait for Jenny Girth,
that lady with the horse,
aka Kelly Taylor.
which is funny if you ever watch the show.
Although he could already be with the other chick. She only died on the show. His wife died on the show. Rebecca.
Oh right, yeah, the
Rebecca
woman that got
Gayheart.
shot. Yeah, remember her?
Yeah. This is the problem with shooting is you shoot innocent people.
Yeah.
He was trying. I realize it's a television show, but Antonia's dad wanted Dylan dead and was going to kill him like he killed his father, but the kitten was lost. So Dylan stayed behind, or she went to go look for the kitten. The kitten's name was Trouble. It was black, and they're getting ready to leave for Hawaii. And she's in his Porsche wearing his hat, and boom,
In a
boom.
rainy night.
Not good.
No.
Not good. Not good. And so she's dead. And then Dylan said something really fucked up at the funeral. I think you should watch that episode. It's a good one. And then of course, so I think Shannon Doherty, she had a reputation for being difficult to work with, but I loved her in Mallrats. Amazing performance. And also she was in Charmed, and she was in 90210. And I know that there are still some sort of like questions about the people. I just saw something about a GoFundMe for Tori Spelling. Is she having some health issues or something?
I don't know. I just saw all of the most of that cast was at a Comic-Con maybe like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And Shannon Doherty was there. So
and she was very swollen, which you get if your lymph nodes are backed up like me, or if you are on steroids. I don't know if she was on steroids. I believe she had cancer, right? It was breast cancer.
She had battled it for off and on for a long time, I think.
Yeah. I would tell everyone to question traditional treatment when it comes to cancer. That's just some research. And on the other hashtags, I think Richard Simmons. Okay, so we've talked about Richard a bunch of the podcasts.
Yeah, we talked about him a lot because he was fucking great.
He was great, but also Pauly Shore wanted to do a movie about him, and he said no, and it looked so good, and I'm so sad, and maybe he'll put it together with somebody else. Maybe I don't know.
You might not need Richard's approval now.
I don't know, but like I just.
But Richard Simmons was just brought joy to the world and cared. Like it looked like he just deeply cared about everybody.
Having seen the short,
good-natured guy. Having
seen the short for that movie, like I believe that Pauly Shore was made to play that role, but I don't think that they should make it if they didn't want him to. But maybe just maybe they said he was like, okay, if I'm dead, you can do it. But who knows? But
the thing is, it really that short made Richard Simmons look awesome.
Yeah, it really did. I mean, it was just an amazing reflection of him, and it was an amazing reflection of Pauly Shore. Who knew can fucking act? And the thing that's funny is that Pauly Shore and his mom Mitzi were friends, with Richard, and they grew up together. So I think he's actually taking it really personally. Yeah, I think he was really hurt, and he just doesn't get it. But I don't know. But who knows? It's all Fugazi.
You don't know. Like it could be a thing where Richard didn't want any of the limelight. He didn't want any.
No, but I will say, if you've never seen Richard Simmons, actually, even if you
watch him on the Letterman show, because
oh my God, he was amazing on Letterman. He was amazing on Whose Line Is It Anyway. He was just amazing.
He was just he had an energy that. Like I always think of when I think of Richard Simmons, I also think of Paul Rubens in very different ways, but like they both had a spark that like they just
He's really a treasure.
And Richard Simmons had the spark, and
he was truly a treasure, and I am so sad, but I also like I want his message to go on. I kind of want to just like have, and we watch some stuff online, but like I kind of just want to put like Richard Simmons on it for like binge watch him. Like I feel like it makes you
I would
feel
watch
better
every
about,
time
like,
he was on Letterman. I watched one
on
where
Letterman he's hilarious.
There was
Dave
something with
know what to do with him.
there was something, but the beauty about Dave is that he let Richard be Richard, right?
Mhm.
And like embrace that, and that's why he was great at what he did. Now, like other people try to be the funny one. Like Carson was just like they bring people on it. Carson didn't have to say a word to get a laugh, right? And Letterman was much the same way. And so when Richard Simmons came on, they did some bits where they had like fire extinguisher fights and stuff like that. It was really funny. So yeah, I would suggest going to find some.
And apparently he had like 5 or 6 Dalmatians at one point. I don't know.
That's what you were saying today. Yeah. Didn't know.
By the way, it's 10 o'clock. I had I had some stuff I wanted to share. Oh, apparently somebody was over on Instagram. Nope, no one was on Instagram because we forgot to turn Instagram on.
That's right. We're still live though.
You did see Doug in his dress. I thought he looked lovely. I had, is this the one? I thought that was really funny, but it's not that funny. Well, I can't read enough. Yeah, these are just some old things. None of them are really that important.
That one was kind of funny.
Which one?
The Google.
Oh, Googling how tall was Jesus. Okay, so here's
at 2 a.m.
Here's the thing. Oh. Yeah, well, that's after what you saw. So here's the Google of it all. So we need a producer. I think I'll go to bed early. Me at midnight. How tall was Jesus? I will tell you that he was supposed to be like 5'3", 5'4". I can understand why he's sending him.
That's the one person I never thought to Google about that. But I'm always Googling people's height.
Of course he sent his short little son to the earth to die. He's like, fuck it. Nobody will ever love him. He's short. It's hard being short. If you're a man.
We love Courtney. She's short.
Yeah, but it's different for a man. Being a short man is difficult. Like, wouldn't you like to be taller?
Of course, yeah. I'd love to be 6 feet.
Most men want to be 6 feet. Like they want
to. I'd love to be 6 feet.
They're like at 6'1", 6'2", 6. But where's the point? Where's the
no 6 feet? 6 feet. Yeah.
You're gonna be like Zach and just grow your fro out so you're like 6'3",
6'10" with the afro. I actually just recently I always thought the Beatles were like all the same height because they always look like the same height.
They
like,
wore different levels of elevator shoes.
No, they just Ringo you could tell was definitely shorter. George was only 5'8", and Lennon had said it was 5'10", but he looked a lot bigger. And McCartney was 6 feet. But looking at Lennon, you would think he was like a kind of a stocky guy to begin with, but he looked bigger than that. And one book I read about Sam Cooke, my idol, my singing idol, they lead off with his death certificate in the book. 5'10", male. I'm like, this guy's to me, this guy's a giant. Like this guy might as well have been 10, 12 feet tall, like, and when reading that, it was like 5'10". It's like, oh my God, I'm 5'10". Like it was very interesting.
Well, that's kind of the thing that we put our heroes and our parents on pedestals.
Elvis, 6 feet tall.
Actually, there was some, so of course it's been widely noted that DeSantis is short and he wears
Is he really?
elevator shoes.
I didn't know that.
Allegedly, he's something like 5'5" or 5'4", whatever. He's not very tall. And of course, where Trump was knocked to the ground and he was saying, let me get my shoes. Let me get my shoes. Some people are trying to say he had lifts in his shoes. Who the fuck knows? But the other thing is they heard the Secret Service person under the radar going, what do we do? What do we do? And then there's a video of them like moving, Secret Service, like moving someone right before the shooting happened. So people are questioning it.
We'll never know. But we actually got through it. It was a little kind of therapeutic for everybody.
Think about how hard that is for us to talk about or even think about or fathom. And this family, they lost their father from how do you live with that? Like, no. I just can't even imagine the pain they're in right now and how the myriad of feelings they must be going through. And in a weird way, being that family, it kind of like you're going to get a little bit more attention than one of 10 people in a shopping Well, yeah, because there's the one
grocery
family,
stores
and they were
and
there with them.
It's not as a highbrow of an event.
I am really happy that there hasn't been, at least I haven't seen any photos of him, because that's the kind of
While
thing
it was
see.
on,
I have seen a photo of the shooter.
I saw a blurry photo of the shooter lying on the thing, but I saw someone bringing a bloody person down the steps of the thing, and I don't know if
that was the ER doctor that helped out.
Okay, I didn't know if that was him or one of the other.
I'm not going to put this on camera, but that's so you can look it up. They put the shooting victim.
I don't
not
need
the
to see that.
Not the shooting victim, the shooter. The picture is online. Well, I had actually a forensics question about it because his face was so blue and the rest of him wasn't. And Tracy cleared it up for me. Thank you, Tracy. She's our local forensics expert. And OG Lesby. Do we get shit. Okay, so it's 10:05. My laptop's at 2%. We're gonna wrap it up. Sorry we didn't get to everything tonight, or if we didn't get to everything tonight, I wanted to go through the comments and
I'm sorry for yawning. I was up
guys.
Googling Jesus's height last night at 2:30 in the morning.
I don't suggest that as you shouldn't be on your phone an hour before you go to bed. Tracy says, welcome. You're welcome, girl. And let's see. We love you. We're grateful for you. What are we? Gratitude. Grateful for all the people that support the podcast. I'm grateful my birthday was not as bad as some of my other birthdays. I'm grateful that President Trump is not dead. I'm grateful more people were not hurt. I'm grateful that some people are realizing that it's time to come together.
I'm grateful for that too. I'm grateful for something good to come out of something very bad. I'm grateful for a beautiful day. That I'm grateful that the rain wasn't too bad. That we were chased off on the lanai.
Yeah, we were gonna do it from the pool, but it cooled off. Thank God. The rain, that's the thing about Southwest Florida. We get these afternoon storms that are crazy, but it cools it down about 10 degrees. And it felt like it was 100. It was a lot. Literally, I looked it up, and they're like, it feels like it's 106.
Apparently, in Massachusetts today, it was pretty bad.
See, that's the thing about Massachusetts that Mass people don't realize. Your summer is our winter. So in Massachusetts, not everyone has air. In Florida, everyone and everything has air. Like you go to the park and there's like a little air conditioner that follows you around. Like it's so air conditioned down here, it's crazy. But people have little air conditioner things that they wear on their necks. It's bonkers. So I'm suggesting to you, our lovely friends, that Massachusetts, unfortunately, does not always have air conditioning, and you have bitter cold. You may have fall and you may have spring. But how much winter? Like you just visit 1 week a year, you're good to go.
Well, my thing was that I was chatting with Wes today, and he said he was talking about how hot it was, and it's already mid July, and I'm like,
they don't run their air conditioning either.
Well, and he was at work. He was at work today, so it would have been a little cooler. But he said when he came out of work, we were like, oh my god. But the
I have a dumb question. If he pays rent, shouldn't he have something to say in like what the temperature is?
Potentially, yeah, sure. I would say this that Matt, I forget it's mid-July, and like I forget that their summer is only like because we're in the heat, and then we're in good weather for another 6 months, and then it gets hot, and then when so I was kind of forgetting that like they gotta enjoy summer when it's happening up there. Is what I would have like.
Yeah, I agree with you about that. And listen, I there's so many things I miss about home. Yeah. A lot of food.
We were talking about some food this weekend.
A lot of our friends. I would like wild fantasy. Love to have a leisure travel RV like our friends the Roaming Royals, Art and Michelle. Shout out to them. Sunday was National Naked Day. I know how they celebrated. And oh my god, I wanted to tell you about Billy's larvae, but we'll have to talk about that tomorrow. I
will say I just want to say before we go. I saw the pictures of the Situate Carnival on the waterfront and the fireworks, and it's like it's such a small town like America thing, and it was like I don't know. I love living there.
There's two people that I talk to, and I get three. There's more than a few, but specifically Todd. Talking to Todd. Zach doesn't make me homesick. Todd makes me homesick. Yeah, I don't know why, because Todd would just pop in. Sometimes Donna makes me homesick, but like it's funny. I don't like not because a lot of like Anne is a perfect example. I know Anne online, so not seeing her I've met her in person several times, but I've met her as much in person in Florida as I have in Massachusetts. So it like Anne I know from online, I'm trying to think anybody
I
else.
miss I miss the boys. I miss kind of.
But the boys come, and,
but they
and by
come,
the way,
and yeah.
by the way,
we
they
jam
come
into
and we have
good-
an amazing
good fun.
time. We like cram in so much fucking family fun that by the time they leave, we're all like sick
Enough
of
fun.
each other.
Enough
They get
fun.
on the plane, they're like, "Fuck you guys," and we're like, "Thank God we can walk around naked again." And
Yeah, you don't want to
and
do
we
that.
do. That's what we do. We walk around naked, and it takes like a couple of weeks to recover from the boys coming. Like the house is a mess.
No, I wouldn't say that because
Because we're hanging out, having fun.
They don't really. Yeah, well,
It's
that's
not that
very
they're
true.
making
But
a mess. It's that we're having so much fun.
but I
and
have to
fun
catch
is-
up on the I have to catch up on the laundry because a lot
Fun
of that
is
stuff doesn't
messy.
get done. Yeah.
Fun is messy. Food, we stuff our fucking faces. We go to the
Mm.
beach. There's extra beds to make, extra towels. Like it just is what it is.
But
Plus,
they're,
we go to Costco
yeah.
for food because I'm obsessed with food tonight. Even though I can't eat. And Killing says night, and Tracy says I'm grateful for you both. I'm grateful for burgers for dinner. Ooh. I'm thankful for my bed. I can't wait to see the surgeon on Wednesday, and I'm grateful for Beck and all she does. Girl, I will forget. Please keep me posted. I will be thinking of you, but I will forget to be thinking of you, or then I'll be like having a panic attack. Please keep me posted.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that my memory sucks. I'm sorry that I'm a shitty friend. I love you so much. Actually, I love all you guys.
Do you remember when Norm on Cheers would talk about his wife? I forget her name now. And
Vera?
Vera, you never saw Vera in the whole show.
No,
So that could be Beck.
True story. This beautiful, amazing, great energy. She was like this badass biker chick I met at Broomfield one year. Julia Rabano was this amazing jewelry designer. I have some of her pieces. They're worth thousands of dollars, even though they're like just costume. Like I could sell them for, well, not thousands, maybe like I have one that's worth probably 500. So maybe I'll sell it to her at Disney. She married Cliff
Clavin.
and she was actually being stalked at the time, and so he kind of tucked her away and kept her safe. And I hope they're doing well. Tracy says my memory sucks too, so I'll never hold that against you. I will remind you tomorrow. Thank you, girl. I love you. I can't name all the people. There's too many of you. All of you. We love you.
We like
Every
it.
one of you.
We like it, and I'm grateful that we didn't get hit by lightning, and I'm grateful that we stayed dry, remained dry.
Yeah. Thank you.
So we're good. We're done. We'll see you tomorrow.